Hey everybody, welcome to Wither and Bloom Studios. We are here to play Session 1 of the Frostbound Gash, which I'm thrilled about. You guys ready to play?
Stoked! Can't wait.
I am excited. So we have a few announcements to make before we kind of get rolling here. So number one, we haven't really been playing every week. We have kind of been doing a week on, a week off, a week on, a week off. So the pace, I think, is going to intensify a little bit. And I think we were not aware of how little time there was in a week. We're used to 2 weeks. So we're catching up. But I think we have a really, really great session planned here for us. So what do we have? We've got some bets going. Rich, you want to talk about the bets and boons and banes?
Yeah, so you have the ability to affect our game. If you hop in the Discord, you can bet on which player you think is going to roll with hope first, who's going to roll with fear first, and then who's going to crit first. And if you get any of those right, you gain either a boon or a bane. A boon can help the players. A bane can harm the players. So definitely hop in the Discord for that. You can also drop a $5 super chat in the YouTube chat and automatically gain either a boon or a bane.
More importantly, I think a bane doesn't necessarily hurt the players so much as it helps me, the DM, or I should say the GM, because you have the opportunity to give me an automatic crit. You have the opportunity to give me fear that I can use during the game. So this can be enormously beneficial. You could even drop a same tier adversary into combat if it looks like they're winning too easily. So I'll leave that up to you, but it is available.
That hurts. Don't do that.
That does hurt. What else do we have? Do we have anything else we need to announce before we start getting into our game?
They said I was a bit quiet, which is interesting because
He's always
no
leaning
one
away
ever
from his
says
mic.
that. Should I move closer? Do you want me to move closer?
No. We'll our Saturn tech over here will take care of all that for us.
Beautiful. I need not worry.
Yeah, fine.
I can't think of anything else we have to announce at the moment.
Why don't we do a quick recap of Session 0 so we can just talk, I think we should introduce our
we need to
characters very
introduce, I
quickly
think.
because we had some unfinished business. I don't want you going too deeply into backstory, but why don't we just say our names, our character names, what we're playing, subclass, that sort of thing. Does that sound all right?
Sure.
Yeah.
You want to start us off, Eric?
Yeah. Do it.
Hello, my name is Dizleen. I am a Kadidi.
A what?
I'm half Qatari, half Tidekin. So you do the math on that. It's kind of weird. But Seraph, Divine Wielder, Cat's water. Deal with it.
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Refocus that light, or refocus that lens with your hand. And just hold your hand up. No. Just hold your hand up. Now pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it back. Look at that. That's going to put you right into focus. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Daddy, I'm in
We look
focus.
crispy now.
Somebody could have
very
given you a
nice.
palm. Somebody could have given you a palm reading while you were doing that.
Yeah. What's my marriage line like?
Here we go.
All right, Garrett, what do you got for
All
us?
right. Garrett, I will be playing Indexor. He is a lore-born clank wizard with the subclass of the School of Knowledge.
Okay.
Knowledge.
Here's the knowledge.
Here's the knowledge, and I love the name Indexor. I'm actually really super thrilled about that one.
Heck yeah.
It,
Rich.
it
What?
smacks a little bit. You might be the only one at the table that might get this, but a little Mork and Mindy reference, Exodore.
Oh yeah, it does. That reference is
Exodore.
I'm lost, so...
Little
all
Robin
good.
Williams. Little Robin Williams. Rich, what do you got for us?
Hello, I am going to be playing Vicar Frost. She is a full human, poisoner assassin, and we are not doing physical descriptions at the moment, I don't believe, right? No.
No, not right now. We'll do that in a little bit.
Vicar Frost.
Nathan.
So that was my sister. I am playing Ceridwen Frost. I am also a full human because we're sisters. I am Frostborn. I am a moon witch. And one interesting thing about me is that I don't know. People really seem to like me. So I'm like, if you want to chat, like, I don't know, like, I'm down.
Okay. Olivia?
Hi, I'm playing Kriya. She is a freeborn Skykin Seraph. I'm going to struggle to pronounce this again. It's a winged sentinel.
Yes.
Sentinel.
Winged
Close.
sentinel.
I can never pronounce that. That's what I'm playing.
What does your voice sound like again?
Oh, we'll get there.
Oh,
I quite miss it.
All right.
My sister.
Good.
Okay, hello.
You guys want to jump in?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
I mean, I don't know.
Let's
We
begin.
did basic intros. Let's do it.
Let's begin.
Let's jump in the gash.
Oh my god.
I have a
yet.
feeling there'll be more than one joke made about this. All right.
So hard.
Wait, was first innuendo a bet?
No, it wasn't.
Okay. You're so stoic. I don't know what to make of you, Rich. This is
I
hard.
know you
Yeah, I
usually
fucking hate it.
keep eye contact with me during this
I
session,
keep
but
moving.
now you're uncomfortable.
Now I'm uncomfortable with you. All right, let's begin the Frostbound Gash, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The northern regions of the Afari continent are known for their majestic mountain horizons, endless frozen landscapes, and unbearably cold temperatures in the deep seasons. Here, the ice and snow are not just a constant. There's no life without it. Lost my place. In summer, the temperatures are still below freezing, but Ilanga, shining on your face, brings a slight sense of feeling, of what might even be warmth. Needless to say, there are few that spend much time outdoors at night, when temperatures plunge beyond that which can be withstood, even with the best mammoth hide layers. Now, this has not stopped settlers and fortune seekers from making the North their home over the centuries. Dozens of towns and villages dot the frozen landscape with their own industries, economies, and trade. Oldenvik and Brackensvale, two such settlements, each have massive iron drills that bore holes deep into the ice for fishing. The lines that drop down are attached to cranes and other heavily engineered apparatuses to haul in the monsters beneath the ice. Other towns and communities have found their own way and made life possible here in what might otherwise be uninhabitable. The Gash, this entity that we're referring to, it's known as a darkness that is spreading across the land. It showed up 3 months ago. Now, what at first felt like a late-night earthquake, leaving a gargantuan rift in the tundra, the Gash has been expanding and is now more than a mile across. To date, it has swallowed towns. Entire lakes under the ice have drained out into it, leaving them void of the resources for certain towns, and even the mine shafts of Kendril, the mining village that you are currently in. Kendril is partially devoured. About half of the town has fallen into the depths of the Gash's march forward. As Kendril faces its inevitable demise, some of the uglier truths about society have begun to reveal themselves. You see the rise of religious zealots who believe the end is near and that the Gash is an opening to the underworld, a punishment for forgetting the old gods. They roam the streets or travel between towns, slowly amassing followers who preach their doomsday rants. You see swindlers taking advantage of those who wish to flee, charging outrageous sums of money to relocate or to merely advise. You see firsthand the refugees. They're fleeing the threatened villages, pouring into the distant settlements for support. In some towns, they're banned, walled off, and told to stay away or go elsewhere. Other, more welcoming towns are starting to be overrun. Their resources are tapped, tensions are high, people are dying, and the Gash pushes on. Now, I know we just introduced ourselves, but I'd like you all to just go around the table and describe what it is we see. You've talked about what you're playing, but describe yourselves and what we see. Olivia, I'll let you start first since we started with Eric before.
Oh boy. Okay. So, Kriya is very short. She is probably about maybe 4 feet tall. She has 2 pigtails that have bows on either pigtail. Very large eyes that are pretty captivating. They're like half of her face. They're pretty large eyes. Her skin is kind of mildly opaque. Not like translucent, but pale and opaque. She's dressed for the winter, but almost like she'd still be a little bit cold in what she's wearing. And she carries a small stone statuette with her. That's what you see.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When was the last time Kriya felt brave?
A while ago.
Can you give an example?
Probably 2-ish years ago with her mother.
Okay, we can leave that there.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan, or I should say Saradwin. Describe to us what we see. What do you look like?
So, Saradwin is about yay high, and by yay high, I mean like 5'8", 5'7", somewhere like that. So moderate height, short, light, blonde hair, like just maybe about to this length. Pale skin, like almost so much so that you can see through it, the blue of her veins underneath her skin. But she doesn't look sickly. It is odd. She has these big, bright, like orange, like flamey eyes, and a wide smiling mouth with red lips. Rather long neck, leading down to what you see as, how would you describe this? What is that? It's almost like a shawl,
Yes.
but it's like a
Like a
see-through,
See-through.
like a mesh sort of fabric. Red, and to her dress, a long flowy red dress. She has a leather, almost sort of like corset around her midsection, with rubies hanging from chains all around. She's wearing long red leather red stained gloves all the way up to about here, because it is the cold.
It's very cold.
But she doesn't seem to be bothered by it at all. You see, she actually looks a little underdressed for these sorts of temperatures, but it doesn't bother her.
I'm curious. When was the last time you felt frightened?
Oh. The last time I felt frightened? I don't know. It's almost all the time. I struggle with a sort of control over myself, and frequently I feel like I'm always on the verge of slipping. And although people aren't afraid of me, I certainly am.
Afraid of yourself?
Yeah,
Interesting. All right.
I'm not afraid of you.
I know. And I appreciate you for that.
Vicar, tell us what we see. Describe yourself to us.
Well, I share a resemblance to my sister. I'm not as pale, but still pale. I have black as night hair. It comes down in bangs in the front, and then 2 long ponytail-esque things in the back. I wear a black veil over my eyes with a couple crystals hanging from it. You can't see my eyes, but if you were to see my eyes, they would be a deep blue. I am wearing a sort of cotton shirt above. I'm wearing a brown leather corset as well to protect my midsection. I'm wearing 2 leather bracers on my arms. I'm wearing a large cloak over me with animal hide. I seem to be a little bit more dressed for the weather, unlike my sister. I'm wearing leather pants and then heeled leather boots. Attached to the boots are 2 swords, one a little bit longer and the other one a little bit shorter. On my back is a long bow. And I have a rigid, collected demeanor.
Okay. Vicar, I'm curious, when was the last time you felt out of control?
Out of control. Well, I can't tell if it was a dream or if it wasn't, but in this memory, I see darkness. And then the light, constant flickering of red. But this red was almost outlining people. And I could smell them so potently. And I wanted to rip them open. And I wanted to drain them and eat them. I was so hungry. And I was big. And I was hairy. And I had large claws and teeth. And then I woke up.
I'm really glad I asked.
And there was a song playing the whole time. I can't quite recall it.
Indexor,
Ooh.
would
Okay.
you describe to us what we see? What do you look
All
like?
right. What you see is a bipedal, standing upright, Clank. He is made out of metal, for the most part. Different panels, mainly like a dark gray, little bit of gold or brass ish color. Just everywhere, or in places, I should say. One of his distinct things is his eyes are this glowing orange color, let's say. It's almost like they have almost this flickering quality to them. He is wearing just a blue flowy robe, and he has a large tome and a smaller one strapped to his side. A lot of the times he'll have one possibly in his hand. He's always reading or jotting down notes or, etc. And that's Indexor.
Indexor, you might find this question to be a little odd.
Oh boy.
But when was the last time you felt loved?
Ooh, I don't know if I've ever felt love. I don't really know what that would feel like. I'm not even sure who created me necessarily. I guess the best connection that I ever had to a person would have been my old, I guess, professor or teacher back in Amakora. It was hard getting kicked out of there, essentially, and having to leave that behind. But I don't know if I've ever been loved.
Okay, that's fair. Thislane. Thislene. My apologies, Thislene. Let me adjust this to be more phonetically correct. Why don't you describe to us what we see? What do you look like?
Well, Thizleen is of a taller stature, robust, dark, blackish purple fur, with a almost aquatic pattern to the purple, that similar to a catfish. Starts to ripple out. It's a little more dense along the top ridge between their ears. Tall and slinky, but with just the right amount of stocky. You would almost expect him to get stuck in some places that he could easily squeeze through. A strong tail, wears a full chainmail coat, tunic. But the chainmail is a little different than normal mail. It's not circular in nature. It's almost teardrop shaped. And that affords Thizleen a little more flexibility while in water. Their mouth and their facial features looks mostly panther-esque. But their mouth is, instead of the traditional swoop down under the nose, it's more of a long and flattened catfish type face with two long tendrils that seem wet and gelatinous, but glow a little bit more purple towards the ends, and then some short whiskery type aspects all around their face.
Good kitty. So, Thizleen, I'm curious. When was the last time you felt hunger? But I don't mean the kind that you satisfy by eating. I mean deep-seated hunger.
I've long felt somewhat insatiable hunger to help satisfy the god that saved me from a very traumatic experience when I was a young kid, learning how to hunt. I was chasing a small critter up a palm tree on the edge of a cliff, and I couldn't help myself. I had to pounce on it, but sadly pounced off the palm tree, off the cliff, and into the water below. I was knocked unconscious and woke underwater, breathing and glowing and feeling transformed with this purplish glow. It seemed that Bobassus had smiled upon me that day and gave me certain abilities, so my hunger is to satisfy Bobassus and pay homage to them and keep the magic in the world and protect the waters.
Fantastic. That's great. Good. The five of you, each of you individually lost in your thought as you stare out now across this abyss that's before you. The mists, they rise up, a result of the warm air from unknown depths meeting the cold that you stand in now. The horizon is gone, and what is below you is also gone. The five of you stand together in the middle of a cobblestone street that used to run right down the center of Kendril. The edge of this abyss is at your feet. There's a low, subtle vibration that runs up through your legs as a dozen or so of the cobbles in front of you break away and plunge into the mist below. Instinctively, you listen for them to hit something, a habit you've found yourself in lately as you ponder these mists and depths and consider how far they go. But all you hear is the moaning of wind, or possibly the cries of others impossibly far off. And this is where we will open our session.
Sweet.
So the 5 of you are together. Now, there are a lot of things you already will know because you have been in Kendril for a while and you understand sort of the march of this entity. You understand some of the scenery around you, and I might not have been able to fill all of that out with my opening description. So I'll leave it to you right now to decide what you want to do. Kendril is still partially there. There are some establishments still in play. The nearest town is only a half a day's travel away if you should decide you want to go further out. But for now, you're right on the event horizon of this entity. So you can decide what you'd like to do.
So, it wasn't in your description, but in session 0, it was one of, oh damn.
Oh,
not good.
wow. Thank you so much.
What's coming in?
That means so much.
$20 donation from
Wow,
not good.
Good. Wow, that's fantastic.
What a way to
Thank you.
start! What a way to start Frostbound Gash.
Now I'm horrified that they're going to be Banes.
That's how it always goes, right?
Support the stream. That's beautiful. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
So in session 0, it was in one of the questions or something like that, I believe. But I said partially that my research facility or library was starting to be swallowed up.
Yes.
And it's one of my motivations. So you said that we were, standing at the edge of this pit. And Dexor is, nervous. He's, this is his location. These are his books. This is his research that he's helping with. And he knows some of these people that are around him. I want to go and run into the facility as possible and just see what's been lost and is my mentor or my new professor or whatever that would be teaching me right now. His name is Orwin Scribblewick.
Dope.
I want to see if
Dope name.
Professor Orwin Scribblewick is still there and alive.
Scribblewick is dope. Have to be a genius to have the name Scribblewick.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's a great name, by
Jesus
the way.
Christ.
So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now.
Okay, so you know that about 100 yards down this cobblestone street, which is still half in existence, it begins to curve away from the gash's edge and become whole again. And on the right side of that street, there is a line of buildings that would have gone around this curve.
Okay.
One of those buildings was the old library that you used to use as a research facility. Most of those buildings have been condemned, and recently so, because the gash is moving at a rate that is palpable, right? We can sort of watch it move.
Yeah, it's breaking off,
very
right?
slowly. And your research facility is sort of sheared off on the back, where a lot of the stone from the back of the building dropped into the abyss. But it is still standing.
Okay.
So you are able to move into it.
We got another one.
Another one.
Warriors.
4478.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is insane.
I think we need to
You guys,
crack them open.
you guys are
Huzzah!
awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
We love our community.
Huzzah to the tipper.
Thank you guys.
Huzzah to the tipper!
Cheers. Let's make this a great game.
Oh yes.
Try and kill us. No, I'm kidding. Don't.
No, please!
Stop.
We're only
Already?
level 1!
Already?
So you want to head that way.
Yes, please.
Okay, now the rest of you, let's just kind of put that in a little holding pattern for
Yeah.
a second. The rest of you, we're starting this campaign off with the notion that we're an established group. And we got into a little bit of this in our session 0, but we haven't fully fleshed that out. So we can either work together and you can decide to work with Indexor and run with them, or you can simply choose your own way to start. Yeah.
I think me and Indexor have gotten along. We previously, when we got to town, we both went into the library and consumed some knowledge. So, oh my god,
wait,
it keeps happening.
We have another one from Coffin Nails.
I know, this is awesome.
And they're
Oh my gosh.
All right, well,
we
somebody
love
has
you
to
so
do
much.
Somebody
Someone
had
needs to
give you
counteract these.
Thank you.
Guys, you are all
do we
incredible.
know if not good Warriors 4 4
No,
7 8
they
we're
keep
giving?
it secret until.
Wait a minute. I
Keep it secret,
realized
keep it
You,
safe.
yeah, you need.
our
Their
studio tech has started off with the right amount of fear in the fear counter, but I have not officially put it into our
Into the
vessel.
cup.
Oh, that's cool.
And this time, instead of using the hell glass that I used in our last campaign, I am going to use this abalone shell, which
I think the
comes-
colors are fitting.
Yes, it works with the background. I thought it was nice. And it's got this little carved wooden tripod that goes with it. And it also makes a very pleasing sound when I drop
Drop
it
it.
on the floor. When I drop it
when
on
I
the floor.
destroy it.
Hold on a minute. When I drop my 5 fear tokens.
Oh,
Ooh,
bless.
I like that.
That's glass on nature, people.
You know, we don't like fear, but
Now,
Now,
But it
back
sounds
to you,
nice.
Vicar,
Yes.
about your relation with Indexor.
me and Indexor, we both were consuming knowledge in the library, and there have been looks shared and knowledge swapped, and I would consider us positive acquaintances. So when I see you going to save this very important thing, I would go with you, possibly to aid if I could.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think I would have, you know, knowing that we are a group, we're all standing together, knowing that the gash is increasing towards that location, I would be like, I need to go check on my professor, I need to go check on my place.
I want to come with you.
Okay, let's go.
Sister, would you come?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry.
Yeah.
We will split for now, but I'll see you later.
Okay.
Okay.
Thizlane's ears kind of fold back a little, but has grown some affinity for the reservedness of the bipedal clank. I will go with you.
I appreciate it, thank you.
I may not like it, but I'll go with you.
Okay.
Kriya?
Kriya is kind of sitting on the cobblestone pathway, and she's kind of. No, she's not crying yet.
She's waxing.
Can we have a cry counter?
Yeah, I need a cry counter in my box.
We'll see if we can work that in.
She's kind of sitting there and she's just observing the gash currently.
Okay. So everyone's kind of moving
Leaving.
right now. So you're going to hang out there. Okay. All right. So
I want to go find some food stores.
food stores or an establishment to eat at?
No, like place where there would be a lot of food. Like grains and stuff. Things where there would be rodents, like rats.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
I want to
So
find a rat.
the few things that are remaining, we do have there is an apothecary that is still in business and still standing a little distance into the town. There is a general provisions store that would probably store, different types of sacks of grain, different, rations and things of that nature. That might be a good spot to look. And then there is also one stable, and the stable houses feed and grain, and so you might be able to find things there.
Okay.
So, preference on any of those?
I think the stables would be a great place to
It's called
start.
Marroway Stalls, and so that would be someplace. Now that's on the far end of town at the entry gate.
Yeah.
Currently the gash is creeping in from the back of town, right? So you have a majority of what's left of the entryway to town is left.
Then
So-
I might actually try something closer. Maybe.
Well, this town isn't terribly large.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay, then
it won't be hard for you to get there.
I'd go there.
3 or 4 minute walk.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're on your way to Marroway Stalls.
On our way, I turned to Indexor. Indexor, I want you to know that in my hometown, just a few days' journey from here, we have a library. Maybe we could take the books and the knowledge stored here and transfer it to my library for safekeeping in the meantime.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
I have
Maybe.
gold left over. I would not mind paying for someone to take this over for us.
Oh yeah, maybe someone in town we can get these away from the Gash to save them, possibly.
The preservation of knowledge is very important.
I agree. That is important.
We continue.
All right. So you find yourself approaching this Kendril Library and Research Center.
The Codex Arcanum.
Ooh.
The Codex Arcana. Please let me add that to my.
He's coming with
notes.
Unless you already named it.
I
He's
love it.
prepared.
Yeah, Scribble Witch or whatever the hell his name is.
Scribblewick.
Scribblewick. Yeah, Scribblewick.
Well, pardon me. One thing you should know about your research and some of the things that you've looked at, and given the name of this, which I find kind of interesting, I'm currently working on a codex of my own, actually 3 of them, 3 codices, each one referring to each of the magic systems. So one of the books that is present in your establishment is the Codex of Cathexis. And that is
That's-
still intact. It's one of the
that's
first things
important.
you grab.
That's an important one. Okay.
So we've journeyed inward.
You have gotten into the establishment. Now, the first thing you're going to notice when you walk in the front door is the building is in a bit of a shambles because the second floor has begun to collapse down in on the first floor. The entire back of the establishment looks out across this misty, open nothing. And the wind blows into the space. Pages of books and some of the debris flutter about in the space.
If
Unsettles me.
if Indexor had a heart of type, I think he would be, it would be pumping like crazy right now because he's nervous. Knowledge is lost. I mean, the Codex of Cathexis is still intact, so that is important. That's I think Scribblewick is working on that one, so that's important. We need to get that one out of here.
Who's in charge?
Who's in charge?
Scribblewick.
Scribblewick is the main researcher.
Can we speak to him?
Is he around?
You actually spot some movement not long after being in the establishment,
Okay.
and up from a massive pile of books that seems like it was recently organized in the back of the shop, you see a head, spectacles on the face. Look,
Scribblewick.
Indexor,
Eh,
what are you doing in here? It's too dangerous.
preservation of research. The Gash, the pit. It's coming.
Well, good, you've brought friends. Help move these books to the front of the establishment so
I
they
will
at least
start.
are saved.
I will start.
Scribblewick. Do you have a wagon we could use to load the knowledge onto and transfer it?
I don't have such a thing, but the brewmaster's building next door, much worse off than this one. You might find a cart of sorts over there. Perhaps you could grab that.
I will do that.
I will grab a few books and then go out. I'm not super strong. I mean, I'm a clank, but I can carry some books.
Disline pulls their chainmail that drops down to the floor. It's like a long, skirty kind of deal.
Load
where
it up
they're-
a little bit?
Yeah, let me pull that out and make a little thing and just kind of look at you and say, load me up.
Are you on 2 feet? You on 2 feet?
Yes.
That's terrifying.
My feet are wrapped in rags so that if I need to, I can get the claws out and bunny kick anything I need to.
Of course. Bunny kick. That's your poor cat.
Yes, but you've never had a cat bunny kick you before? Let me display.
Let me display.
Let me show you how we
If I
bunny
could
kick.
really turn to bunny kick you right now, I would, but I'm too
I will
fat.
load some. I will load some books into.
So the 3 of you with Scribblewick begin to sort of load up, the various ways in which you can get these out. You're carting them out by hand. Vicar, you head next door, and sure enough, right there in the front, there is this 2-handled, single-wheeled cart that looks like it's meant to hold like a keg. It seems like the most immediate thing in your view. So you grab that, and you come back over. And now you're able to sort of shuttle the books to the front of the store more quickly. Let's jump over to Seldwyn.
So, have I made it yet?
You have.
Okay.
You've arrived, and the The help me out here, notes. Marroway Stalls is sort of just it's a pole barn style building with 5 open stalls on either side, often occupied by people that are leaving their horses coming into town. There's a small paddock outside where they usually keep 3 or 4 horses that are available for rent. Most of these horses are a northern breed of horse, so they're bred with much longer hair. So take the old vision of a horse you have and discard it. Think more like plow horse, work horse, Clydesdale, draft horse.
Yeah.
But with a very heavy coat. So the bottom edge of all these horses' like jaw lines have a nice thick tuft of fur. They're quite interesting to look at.
That's beautiful.
But I think you're looking more for the grain stores.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess as I walk through looking for the grain stores, I want to investigate to see if I notice any like big rats roaming around, or any size rodent really.
Okay. Why don't you make an instinct check for me?
Perfect.
First roll
First
of
roll
the game.
of
First
our
roll.
game.
Make it hope, baby.
Whoa. That is a 15 with hope. That was
Let's
a
go.
12 and a 1.
Oh,
Whoever voted for Nathan to get the first roll with hope wins.
Fire.
Okay,
I'll
so
take my hope and eat it
I was
too.
gonna say mark your hope.
Did everyone start with 2?
Yes.
yeah.
Good call. Good call. So the first thing you sort of feel as you walk into this space is, it is rather open, and you feel the breeze whipping through the space, which is, frigid, of course. The horses all seem to be somewhat comfortable because they're used to this kind of weather. But you immediately mark and locate a door that's on the far end of the building that seems like it closes off an enclosed section for things like tack and other, elements of the stable. You make your way over to that door. It's unlocked. And another thing that's evident to you at this point is that because the town is on the verge of collapse, business is not run as usual. People tend to be in some kind of either mode of fleeing, evacuating, adjusting, planning. And so right now the stables are empty, other than the fact that there are animals here.
Yeah.
You make your way over to the door. It is unlocked. You open it up. And there in front of you, you see an immediate scatter of small rodents. They're just like at the light that pours in as you open that door. It's pretty standard to see this inside of a grain feed area.
Right. So I want to try to trap one and have it for myself.
How would you normally trap one of these, since this is probably something you've done in the past?
Yeah. Shit. I guess I tried to funnel one into a corner, and with like a big piece of fabric or maybe something thick like canvas, I'd trap them into that corner and then just put it around so I could just grab them.
Okay.
Back so they don't have any way to escape.
Okay. So why don't you make another roll for me? Let's go with either finesse, agility, or if you can justify another roll somehow with the narrative, I'll let you do that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would a attack roll possibly fit this? Because I believe you have the ability to make the attack roll.
Are you looking to kill the creature?
I just want to grab it first. Just to grab it. Ooh, and that is a... What did you say? You said...
I said agility or finesse or another trait if you can justify it with the narrative.
I'd say finesse is fine.
Okay.
So that's a 13 with fear.
A 13 with fear. Please allow me to take that fear.
Thanks.
And I'm going to actually let you have this one. You reach down and you immediately wrap your hand around one of these creatures. As you grab it and you feel the muscles in the body begin to twitch a little bit, something normal for catching a scared creature that tries to get away from you.
Yeah.
And you flip it up and you look at it in the face. You notice something different. The facial features of this rodent are a little bit distorted. There's an asymmetry of the face that you did not expect. And one of the ears not only has begun to droop, but almost looks like it's melted a little bit. Like there's a region of skin that actually looks like it was burned and reformed on the side of the face. The rat squeals in your grip.
Does it look like it's from it? Like that those marks are from anything in particular?
No, but you become aware of the fact that something's not quite right. This doesn't look like this happens to be a rat that was injured in particular.
Like this is a diseased rat.
You scan around and begin to look at all of the other rodents that are still making their way out of the space, and you notice that each of them seems to have some kind of deformity.
I'm throwing it down, and I'm going to a place to wash my hands immediately.
Okay. All right. You can head back over to the tavern. There is one inn that still stands. Out in the area where they feed the horses, there is a pump that you could get water out of, which might be the closest spot.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go there.
This chills you to the bone a little bit, seeing
Yeah.
this, because you have a history with this. You understand how to catch a rodent
Right.
and use it. This is not right.
Fuck.
Okay. Kriya. So you're standing and staring out over the abyss.
I was sitting. but
Sitting.
Yes.
Okay. And tell me what's going on.
Well, I would have been picking up any little pebbles that were near and just kind of
Tossing them and listening.
Yeah.
Okay, can we just pause for one
Yep.
moment and thank Bun Bun
Bun Bun
Riri?
Riri!
But I missed. Oh, I didn't see it.
Huzzah to the tipper!
Huzzah to the tip up.
You know, Bun Bun, we can love
Wait,
you tonight
what?
because you're supporting us and then leaving.
I
and
know.
not killing
I
us.
was-
Which teams?
I know this is crazy.
Because I sadly would not be here tonight.
Well,
I
they
will
said
doesn't
that
mean
they're
it's
going
a
to add
boon.
to the support train.
Thank you.
Those are donations. That doesn't necessarily mean boons or banes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much, Bun Bun.
That
We
is
love you.
awesome.
Thank you, everybody.
We feel loved.
We've
We
started it
do
now.
feel
We're-
loved. Thank you.
So, Kriya, back to you for a moment.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there picking up bits of cobble, bits
Yeah.
of stone in the road and tossing them over the edge.
And then listening.
And then listening. So we could do, let's see, we could do a check here if
Okay.
you'd like, because I think there's a possibility for some results. I think this has some weight to it, some gravity. So why don't you go ahead and roll instinct. I think instinct would be best.
I'm afraid of the results.
I know. Okay. So that is a 17 with hope.
17 with hope, so go ahead and mark a hope.
It would actually be an 18 with hope, but yes.
Okay, 18 with hope.
I forgot to add my +1. Okay. Added my hope.
Kriya, do you have knowledge of anyone, a history with anyone that is missing now because of this entity? Are there any connections that you have?
There was a girl about my age who I haven't seen in quite some time.
And do you fear that she's gone over the edge? As you toss one of the pebbles off the edge, and this is one of dozens that you've tossed over, sitting there trying to contemplate these depths and understand what it is that's going on. It disappears into the mist, almost you see the mist part as the stone goes down and it smokes away. And you listen. And for a moment there's a moan of the wind, something you're very used to. And then it almost echoes back to you like a kind of whisper. But if a whisper and a scream could be combined into one thing, like a whisper with strain, a whisper with desperation that says, "We're here. We are all here." And you hear that rise up through, and you even though your role was with hope, and I know that sounded like a frightening thing, it does give you a moment where it's the first time you've heard something from an uncharted depth. So it gives you something.
Okay.
We're going to move back over to the group that's rescuing the books.
In the process of what's been happening, I would like to go up to Scribblewick once again. This is a fine temporary measure, but will we be able to secure someone to take this wagon to? You could take it to my library.
And where would that be?
In Jesselfars. It's a couple towns over.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Yes. If you take it to the house of Avaris, you could say Vicar sent you. Put these with the other books, and they will be very safe.
I have 2 town scribes from Kendril that are helping me with the move. We have a wagon that will be coming for these things hopefully soon. I was told an hour ago, but something's holding them up. We can load the wagon and begin to head out as soon as we possibly can. I don't know how long the building will stand. Speaking of which, let's make this last push and get these things out of here before Hethros itself swallows us.
Scribblewick. A building is just a building. It's the people and things inside of it that matter.
Well, I would agree with you, but
It will be okay.
you must realize that there are more than 2 centuries of knowledge in this space. It's critical to mankind and the histories to get these things out of here.
Oh yes, we are saving that, of course. I just
We won't
mean
get it all.
we won't.
There are more than 1,000 books in this location. Not every city or town, and by city that's probably a stretch, not every town or village in the northern regions of Afari has these types of establishments. Only a couple do. This happens to be one. Your town happens to be another. But beyond that, the knowledge of this region is, contained in these 2 buildings. So it's really important to Scribblewick that you get these things out as much as possible.
We will not be getting all of it. That is devastating to hear. I will ask, is there any section on poisons, pollutions, werewolves, or vampires I could check out?
There is. It's unfortunately. Would you see that collapsed beam over there? There's 2 bookshelves that are sort of hanging off, right there to the left. And there are these 2 bookshelves that sort of precariously balance on the edge of the building looking out over the abyss. Some of the books still clinging. As he points to it, one slides off the shelf and disappears into the dark, into the mist.
Can I take what I like?
Just be careful.
I'm sturdy.
Okay, you move in that direction. And as you move in that direction, you feel the floor itself actually begin to move underneath you. It is not stable, but your footing maintains, and you do see some books on the shelf.
Would there be any books that fall into those 4 categories?
Tell me the categories again.
Poison, pollutions, werewolves, or vampires?
Poisons for sure.
I would love to take whichever one I see.
Okay, there are 2 small books up there. One is a recipe booklet for poisons, and the other one is sort of a anatomical history of poisons and their distillation and the various ways in which they're made.
Could I grab both?
Absolutely.
I grab both.
Okay, you can add something like that to your inventory. We can talk about the contents of those things later.
Thank you.
This lean tracks this, and you kind of see the ears fold back again a little bit. There's suspicion.
Airplane ears.
Just for a moment. And then
Okay.
Ghislaine realizes their outward appearance and composes themselves again, but kind of watches which books you're taking interest in.
You see me grab both of them, I put them into my backpack, and I kind of get my way to secure footing back downstairs.
You're...
Another die. Another die.
balls.
As you drop those into your backpack and take 2 steps, you feel a significantly large portion of the building all of a sudden crack free. The shelf you just grabbed books off of begins to slide down. The books just coming off into the mist.
No!
I need you to make a roll for me.
Yes.
Into the gash you go.
You can either make an agility roll or a finesse roll. Hang on a minute, I'm going to tell you what's
Put
going
him in
on.
the gash.
Put him in the gash.
I think
Really?
No.
Bun Bun want to bet with
I
me.
think that should have required a fear.
Put him in the gash.
A bet with what?
We rolled crit.
I'm going to put some parameters on this roll you're making. You can choose finality. Finality.
Finality. Okay.
Finality.
Cool.
It's like
Fidelity,
some
the-
kind of fiduciary
the banking.
thing.
New trait for your character sheet, finality.
Finality.
Finesse?
You can either choose finesse or agility. And if you decide on another trait and you can justify it in the narrative, that's fine with me. Here's the deal. I'm going to set the difficulty class of this relatively average, okay? 13. If you succeed with hope, you're in great shape. You're just going to make a quick little leap into the space and nothing's going to happen. If you succeed with fear, there will be consequences. If you fail with hope, there will be consequences. But if you fail with fear,
In the gash!
I think there's going to be something a little bit heavier and more profound.
That is okay. Failing with hope is a finality. Here we go.
Oh.
In the gash!
Do you have an experience you're going to find out?
I didn't say it. That's going to be 11 with fear.
Oh! Oh! In the gash!
One of your comrades just fell into this thing and you're laughing
I'm
at
not
it.
there.
I know.
I have no idea.
I know.
I'm throwing pebbles in the gash.
If the-
You make this move after tossing these books into your bag, and just as you step, you hear a very loud crack. Your eyes glance up to see these shelves falling in, and you realize your footing is gone, and you begin to tumble downward. Your left shoulder, as you spin around trying to find purchase and grab on your left shoulder, cracks against part of the beam that's actually following you down. It slides off, and about 18 feet later comes to a screeching halt like this. You're down in the mist, but the house caught on a craggy portion of the actual cliff. You look up, and 18 to 20 feet above you, through what is clearly a thick coat of this mist that rise up out of here, you can still just see the silhouette of the house. You haven't plunged in. Actually, a number of the books and shelves tumbled right past you, right over your head, and disappeared in the darkness. You're hanging on. The two of you see this happen. Scribblewick also is just like reaches out, Vicar, as you fall.
I'm gonna run over to what I feel is stable ground, and as I'm running over there, I'm gonna reach and take my backpack off and reach in there for a rope. I have rope.
Great.
And I'm going to, as I'm doing this, I'm going to ask or yell to Thizlane. Right? Thizleen. Hey, we need to change that up there. Sorry. I'm gonna go to Thizleen and say, "Help me!" And I'm gonna throw the rope just in the direction of where I feel Vicar fell, and just hope for something. Hope that she's still there. Unless you.
Speaking of hope,
hope.
keep in mind, Thizleen, that you can spend a hope to help
Yes,
if you have it
I do.
and you desire to do it.
I do.
So I am hanging on
So I'm
to a
going
banister. Oh, I'm sorry, Thizleen.
I'm going to spend that hope. Grab the end of your rope, wrap around behind, throw it behind my back, and wrap around my right arm, and help you.
Okay.
Hopefully you're bipedal, yes.
Yeah. I mean,
So I'm going
we're
to
gonna.
dig in and
we're
use
gonna-
my
we're gonna
claws
try
to
and-
really try to.
I mean, we
anchor
threw the
myself
rope.
on
We
the
threw the
edge of
rope.
the ground.
Hopefully, there's. Hopefully, she's down there.
All right, so you're going to roll a trait of your choice. All right, but you're going to gain advantage, so add a d6 to the roll. You can spend appropriately to add experience if you'd like. What I'd ask you, Vicar, what's in the backpack?
Oh no, that's sad. I have a rope. I have a torch. I have a book on Evaris. I have the 2 little books I have just acquired. I forget. I did not get the transfer. The one item I picked for my class background that I was able to have in my backpack. Oh, I have a like locket, a gold locket around my neck.
Is it around your neck or is it in the pack?
Around my neck.
Oh, all right, but it's not in the pack.
It's not in the pack.
All right, so you have 3 books, rope,
Some arrows.
the torch, arrows. That's 6 items.
Did you say the poison
And then
books?
there's basic supplies. I said the books.
Oh.
Basic supplies.
Basic supplies.
And I would say a romance novel.
That's cute.
Awesome. Since these are all pretty innocuous things, and I will not do this often, pick 2 of them. They're going to be falling out of your bag into the depths.
Oh.
Well, I think that some arrows definitely fall out.
Well,
Oh, those can't be. That's okay.
no, they can, but they're all going. They would be contained probably in a quiver. It wouldn't be like, I lose 1 arrow and 1 page of a book. No, it's going to be all or nothing.
All of my rope falls out. Is that fair?
Yes, you could lose all of your rope.
And sadly, I will not finish this romance novel. I will never know what happens to sweet Jessica, the princess of Tortain.
No, Jessica.
Wow.
Maybe there's a copy in the library.
Maybe.
Most likely something
Yeah.
was oiled and throbbing, but
Oh,
I don't know what that
no.
means.
60 Shades of Jessica have disappeared with the length of rope.
And you hear as I grab onto the banister and it falls out. No. You're like the most monotone yell.
They're still down there.
You hear me out there. Oh, you hear heavy breathing.
Oh,
and then
No.
From
and
Jessica?
then you hear not in the chat. No, not Jessica. So you hear me down there, and I begin to. I close my eyes. You can't tell there's the veil over my eyes anyway. But Varus, have my back. And as I'm holding there, I see this rope dangle out from above. You guys exclaim some support. I look out into the mist. Unholy beast, Ivarus, shines light in this darkness, and I'm going to spin, jump off the banister, and attempt to grab this rope and swing myself up.
Okay, so
Wow.
can I just make a minor adjustment to your narrative? Because these guys are supposed to roll with advantage to kind of have some kind of outcome.
Oh, so yes, you're going to change
So we're
how
not-
the rope
Yeah.
dangles.
Yeah, so let's just shift that because I really want the roll to matter.
So, seems like you're bearing down.
I'm locked
I was the
in.
one that was throwing the rope, so I was going to push. Essentially, I was going to go with an instinct roll just to remember where they fell and just try to perceive, or where would be a good spot to just throw the rope into this abyss.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great
That was
plan.
what I was going to do, and then just hope that it gets to them, and we attempt to pull.
Here's how the consequences will work on this. Depending on your role and how this turns out will depend on the difficulty that Vicar is going to have in
man.
grabbing
That's
that.
genius.
I like that.
They're rolling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can
You
I
wanna roll a
add?
D6?
Can I add a prayer dice? One of my prayer dice to this.
How do the prayer dice work? I'm sorry.
So at the beginning of each session, I roll a d4 to get the certain number of, or I roll 2d4 to see how many prayer dice I have for that session.
Right.
So I have 3 at this point. And I can spend any number of prayer dice to aid yourself or an ally within far range. You can use a spent die's value to reduce incoming damage, add to a roll's result after the roll is made, or gain hope equal to that result.
Sounds perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would like to use one of those as well,
Okay.
in
So,
addition to the...
Yep, you can add the prayer dice to the roll for
so
sure.
you roll a d6 and
All right, I'll roll the
d4.
D6.
Yeah.
Here's the dice. Fancy Daggerheart limited editions. I'm not a good influencer.
You
You
There
gotta
you
do
go.
this.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh God.
Uh,
Oh God.
What'd you got?
3.
So that's a 17 with fear.
oh, no, it's dear.
Oh, that's the
That's the fear die.
I'm not gonna lie, the fear is appropriate. This is a tough situation, and it's a
I'm
dark,
terrified right now.
It's a
One
dark
of
moment.
My friends, acquaintances,
I mean-
if I can call them a friend.
Scribblewick is sort of perched beside you, looking off, and every once in a while is just like, Vicar! Vicar! Like yelling down into the mist. You can hear this, and they hear you calling back, so this is not in vain. We know you're down there, right? The 17, though, is going to place the rope relatively close to Vicar. That was a decent roll, right? However, as it drops, you sort of simultaneously watch the rope fall off into the mist. He's deep enough down that you can't really see him. So as it falls into the space...
Not good has done something.
Oh,
Ooh. Change the narrative.
Well, that's really nice. Let me just describe how fear plays a role in this. You see... I want you to imagine this for a minute. I want you, in your mind's eye, I want you to see this length of rope. Behind you, it trails off to Thizleen's sort of very firm stance as you hold it. You take this coil and you throw it off into the mist, and it is swallowed by the mist. It's like, it goes in. It becomes a grayish... It starts off as rope, turns to gray, and then silhouette disappears into the space. And as it falls off, you almost swear just beyond it, out in this space here, you see another silhouette go like upward, up into the air. You don't hear anything. If it was some kind of either mirror reflection or a shadow that was cast upward, you just see something go by. And it is larger than that coil of rope. And it's only for a second. The second thing you hear is, with all three of you on the edge of this house, you hear... And you start feeling some of the boards below you moving. But for you, Vicar, the rope drops down probably about 4 feet out from where you are perched. Not quite enough that you can just reach out and grab it. Mm-hmm. A crit would have landed it right on you. So you're just beyond your reach. So you're going to have to roll.
I just got a crit.
You're not going to have to roll.
Yeah.
Thank you, not
Thank
good.
you to Not Good for that crit. So that's perfect. So why don't you describe to us how this unfolds?
So I say what I say to Ivaris, and I feel, for a second, as I'm looking through this mist, the sun shines through for a second. I feel warmth. And I spin. I do a backflip off of the banister. And I grab hold of this rope. I swing myself up. As I'm swinging, I actually look to my left, and I see one of these mine shafts just dripping out right into the mist. And I swing back up, and I land right behind you guys.
Shit.
It would be my advice that we get off the back of the house right away.
I move. Thank you.
We're moving.
All right, so you move.
Is there still a pile on the ground right there? Like
A few left, yeah.
I'm gonna grab a couple or just shuffle them, and
All right.
While you're grabbing a few of them, there's one very ornate, lovely, gilded book, leather-bound, gorgeous. And I look directly at you and just push my right foot out and push it over the edge into the abyss. And then jump.
And I'm going to, as I see this, I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to drop the books that I have in my hand, and quick whip it up, and I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and I'm going to go and catch the book as it's falling off the ledge.
Yes.
Wow.
I really appreciate the eye contact.
I don't have to make a spell roll or anything. It just says you conjure a magical hand with the same size and strength as your own within far range.
Okay.
And I just give you a side fucking eye as the Mage Hand swoops away with the book.
I just look at you and slowly close my eyes and go, "Prr," and walk past you out towards the door.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Not good. No problem. I get it. And that would have been bad. So I think the rolls here need to be a little bit better on their part.
It was a tough start.
That was a brilliant
That
play.
was so funny.
I want to pop back over to Saradwin. You washed your hands successfully.
Awesome. And is there anybody around?
You could conjure somebody up just by looking. I mean, they're not in the building with you, but if you stepped outside, there are people still in the town.
Yeah, but I just need the private area.
You could find a private area pretty easily. Yeah.
I am going to sit, make myself calm, and commune with Ivaris. Please, I need something. I need something healthy so I can harvest their blood. That is all I need. And so I'm going to roll 2d6s. And then it's going to be your job, depending on what I roll, to tell me what sort of sign I get.
This is a moon witch
This
ability.
is a moon witch ability called Commune.
Can you read it just so we know
Yes.
what it is, please?
So this is a witch class feature. Once per long rest during a moment of calm, you can commune with an ancestor, deity, nature spirit, or other worldly being. Ask them a question, then roll a number of d6s equal to your spellcast trait. Choose one value from the rolled results and reference the chart below for the effect. So, from 1 to 3, you taste a flavor, smell a scent, or feel a sensation relevant to the answer. 4 or 5, you hear sounds or see a vision relevant to the answer. And 6, you physically experience a scene relevant to the answer as if you were there.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's have the roll.
Oh, well, they're both 4s, so I'm going to hear sounds or see a vision relevant to the answer.
Very cool.
What's
I
that?
don't
Four,
know.
four.
That.
that's
That
2d6s.
was 2d6s.
Yeah, this
2d6s.
is not a.
Never mind.
This is not
Okay.
2d12, but good. That would have been nice.
Yeah, that would have been very nice.
You are sitting down. You have your moment of meditation. You've calmed yourself down, and you begin speaking with Ivaris. And almost immediately after the ask, you hear
From where?
No.
from your left.
From my left?
And
I'm
you
gonna look to
glance
the kitty.
over, and there is this orange and white barn cat that's just kind of snaking its way through the stall posts. It's like,
Come here, baby. Come here. Come here.
makes its way over to you slowly and pushes its head into your hand.
No.
Oh my gosh, it's mulberry.
I'm going to pick her up.
Get out of my fucking brain.
Nobody knows what mulberry is. Nobody's followed us that long. But that's a great reference.
Oh man.
Anybody in the chat gets
I'm going to
mulberry.
pick her up and just pet her on the head. Is it a
Begins
he
to-
or a her? I'll check.
No, you did not.
It's a big old he.
Big old he.
Begins to
Alright.
purr and pushes its head into your neck.
Oh.
And this is a private room?
Well, you're sort of nestled behind an L-shaped interior alcove where the paddock meets the barn, so no one can see you.
Okay. Alright. Would there be, like, a good place to dispose of this body?
I mean, you could dig a hole. There's
Plus
any
a
number of barrels and cans around that hold on to some of the grain. There's a trash bin.
Okay. So she's gonna sit there for about 10 minutes, like deciding on this, just like petting the cat and just speaking to it, explaining her situation, what she needs to do, and that she was offered, or that he was offered to me for this purpose. I'm going to take a dagger
Oh my god.
Leave you.
and just make an incision around wherever there's like a major artery and collect the blood in a jar.
As you do this, the cat's body begins to stiffen, knowing full well that it's been injured, and you have to tighten your grip on it to hold it, but you're easily able to do that. You're also precise with the blade. You've done this many times before.
I'm whispering to it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Takes
Jack
about-
up the vibe.
It takes about 30 seconds before the cat relaxes in
Fucking
your arms
hell.
and goes
You
totally
Holy
dormant.
shit.
We're fucked.
I'm going to set the bottle down.
Poor cat.
Was it making bread?
He just wanted love. He just
Don't,
wanted
just
love
stop.
and got
Stop.
fucking
Stop.
killed.
No.
And
Probably was.
I'm going to lift the cat up and say, Ivaris, thank you for this sacrifice.
Fuck your god.
This is for
Fuck your god.
you and for I, both. Do this to spread, to sow sickness or dole out health, however you please. And I will put the animal deep into the grain barrel.
Okay.
And yep. Oh, how many HP did that
Oh, stop.
did that cat take from that?
How many HP did that take?
Yeah.
Well, given that this is just a simple, tabby cat,
Right.
it would have only had to take, a hit to die. Like, it would have
Gotcha.
had 1 hit point.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
So what does
Holy
that get
fuck.
you? Like a
The cry
third of a
count's
hit
gonna
point?
yeah,
go
what does
up.
that? What does that get you? You get 1 hit point back.
No.
You want to keep that a secret?
Yes.
To be
Okay.
determined.
To be
TBD.
You're thinking of the cat's making biscuits. I'm thinking the cat was
Holy
doing one
shit.
of the.
We gotta move
You
on.
know, the
Stop
head.
it.
Garrett,
Stop.
we gotta move
nudging
on,
in.
Garrett.
Kriya,
Sorry.
Fucking hell.
would you like to tell us what you're up to right
Crying.
now? So I mean, clearly you didn't know this happened. though.
I know.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Holy fuck. Why did it have to be a cat?
Would I have? You did it. Like you
I knew I was going to
did it.
do, regardless of what animal it was.
Wow.
Nobody cares about
Would
me.
I have seen like the direction that they three had left quite a while ago?
Oh yeah, they just went up the road a distance. You can actually almost see the building that they've gone to. It's
The
only
building
about 100
sliding
yards
into
away.
the fucking mist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up and kind of mosey on that way towards them.
Okay.
There's no haste or anything, just like
A gentle mosey.
a saunter.
Okay. It's not long before you encounter the building, and you would actually see Scribblewick, coming out, armload of books, placing them in a pile outside. They're beginning to move this huge pile of books outside. As you're approaching, a horse-drawn wagon begins to pull up next to you and park itself there, and you see Scribblewick sort of gesture to the driver of the wagon, so they seem to have a connection.
Oh, didn't you want to go to her?
No,
Oh, sorry. I thought you said.
no them.
You see me exit from the building as I'm awkwardly catching my breath and kind of regaining myself.
We're all bringing books out.
Did you run a marathon in there? What a
No.
Oh.
I almost fell to my death
oh.
trying to retrieve knowledge.
You see an older gentleman with glasses on. He spies you coming up the road, sees you talking with Vicar. He's like, who do we have here?
Kriya,
Oh,
you see me before sometimes.
I
in
remember
the-
you, yes.
The poetry section.
Yeah, oh, right, of course. Good to see you again. Lend a hand if you would. Put some books in the wagon. We're trying to save the research facility.
Is there any other poetry section?
I was
left?
just gonna say, is the poetry section left?
I mean, sure. I mean, there's still, I would say there's probably still about half, maybe just over half of the bookstore left. Or not the bookstore, but the book facility.
The Barnes and Noble.
The Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and
It's the
Noble.
Barnes and. Can I save any Bukowski?
The Starbucks fell off into the abyss, but everything else is still
It
there.
lost the noble a little while ago.
Yeah.
Barnes
It's just Barnes.
left.
You could probably find something if you went in and looked around.
Okay, she's gonna go in, and go straight to the poetry section.
It's not so much a section like it would be in a store, right? But there's a collection of books that you might read, like literature, prose, and poetry would all be in one area. Because this is more of a research facility as opposed to a library, there are some things. And you could find something, but it wouldn't have a shelf
Yeah.
that was specifically marked for that. So what I'll let you do is if you want to roll for something like an instinct roll,
Yeah.
we could determine what you find.
Cool. Okay. That is 12 with hope.
12 with hope. So mark
Put
a hope.
that fear away.
I'm not touching a fear.
Okay.
Don't you worry. But you can go ahead and mark your hope, and you are able to find. Let me ask you this. What do you like to read? Like, is there something in particular, a story you enjoy, or a poem that gives you comfort or brings you happiness?
Well, there was a specific story about 2 bears that my mother would read me. A mother bear and a baby bear.
And now for a moment with Eric's trickle. I don't know if the mic's picking that up or not. Yeah, it is. Is it? Yeah, you can hear it.
Go on.
The chat is insane right now.
Is it?
Not good. Just said book. My first pet cat.
I love the book Care and Feeding,
Feeding
of
up your cat!
It's our cat section.
Of cats and men.
What would you like to find?
Oh god.
I'm looking specifically for that poetry book that features the 2 bears.
The 2 bears.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say this. Since your 12 wasn't extremely high, but you did roll with hope, you don't find that book, but you find one by the same author, okay that has sort of that youngish kind of fable-y kind of feel to it. So it interests you. It's like, oh, I haven't read this one before. So you're able to pocket that.
Okay, I take that. And then I also want to take Brush Your Horse.
Look at the chat.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
The in-chat jokes don't stop.
Not good. It's so good.
All right, so did you want to add something?
If you were going to move things along, you could do
Well,
that as
I was just, you're loading this cart up now. You're putting the books on the cart. And Scribblewick, who's a little bit older, is watching this unfold. And every once in a while, he'll grab 5 or 6 in a stack and he'll put them on the cart. But he sort of stops in Dexor and he's like, what do you make of all of this in Dexor? Your vast knowledge and your understanding of these things. I'm curious about your mind and memory and what might be present here.
We've known it's coming. I would, this is out, but I would imagine we've been trying to research this, right?
Of course.
Because it's been
Yes.
it's encroaching on our town. It's now here.
So what I could do here for you, since you have been researching it, is if you wanted to make a knowledge roll, right, based on what you get, I can give you not only information, but I could also give you a point of view, because there are numerous points of view.
So, may I, if I'm going to make a knowledge roll, because I think that's fitting, if I make a knowledge roll, can I use my experience of walking encyclopedia?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to mark a stress for one of my features, and I'm going to make that roll. So I can mark a stress instead of spending a hope for
Great.
my experience, etc. So I will, and then I'm going to be adding to that. Fucking shit. It is a...
Nice.
It's a 29 with hope.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
You are a
Christ.
walking encyclopedia.
Oh my god.
That was impressive.
So marking the stress lets me double my experience.
Okay.
So
And then I'm going to allow you to pick one of 2 points of view that this knowledge would come from. You may either have science or religion.
ooh. Who saw? It was me that saw the shadowy thing, right? When I threw the rope.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with religion.
You're going to go with religion.
Really?
I think seeing some kind of I think no. to my character, I think I would have been researching science on this.
Okay.
Just, I mean, I'm curious about whatever I saw, but I think in my research, to me, this would have been something nature, something science related,
Okay.
physical.
Okay.
So I think that's what.
Now I'm going to do this in front of the whole party rather than making you clear out of the room because I think it's just too much to make.
I would
everybody
relay
clear
any
the
kind of
room.
information.
And you're probably going to relay. It was exactly my thought.
Yeah.
So in Dexor, your research leading up to this point, one connection that you've made to this entity, especially since it's sort of been nicknamed a gash, and it resembles this massive trench, this rift in the ground, is you know that there are 3 moons that circle Vesper, Doter, Nuvis, and Swoon. And the moon of Doter, when viewed in the night sky, has a similar gash in it. And you couldn't help but draw a connection between those 2 things. And so you started digging into the research of where did the gash in Doter come from? What was that caused by? Now, unfortunately, much of what you were able to uncover with that was related to myth. But that's okay. Myth can sometimes tell us stories about why the natural world is the way it is. And so one of the stories that you found that was pretty compelling was from, I have to find this in my notes now because I'm trying to do this from memory and I can't.
Old
So
bastard.
give me a second.
Roll.
He just said last week how he was tired of hearing those jokes.
I know. But I'm another
That's
old
why we're
bastard,
never going to
so
stop.
It was more commiseration than it was
It's
poking
okay if you
fun.
do it.
So, Doter, as a moon, has always been directly associated with the demigod Kalagenia, right? The moons have always had their direct associations and ties to the gods and the demigods in mythology because that's how we kind of understand space and things that we may not be able to explain. We relate them to the lore and stories in our cultures. And Doter has always had a tie to Kalagenia. Now, most stories that you've heard about Kalagenia have to do with how he ripped the heart of the Vassarine from the ground and stole it and took it to Emberfell and replanted it in the ground near the heart of Lotusia and caused this great uprising of vegetation and a change in the ecological systems of the continents. And it's all very well known and established lore. But you were able to uncover something else. And that story takes a very different tack than everything culture has heard. See, it's a little known fact that Raquig is what we might refer to as the devil. Raquig is the ruler of Hathros. Hathros is a plane of existence that was created to house one of the most evil entities who's ever lived. And Raquig seduced Kalagenia through a little bit of mind control, a little bit of voices in the head, and convinced Kalagenia that he was hearing from the mycelial network that the heart wanted to be transplanted. And so Raquig forced Kalagenia to do this. And once Kalagenia had moved the heart of the Vassarine over to Emberfell, Raquig killed Kalagenia. And that the Kalagenia that people knew that existed on the continent of Emberfell was a controlled shell of a being under Raquig's immediate domain. What? Now, here's the thing. Raquig is a master, was a master before he was banished to Hathros. He was a master of cathexis. Cathexis is a magical arcane energy that is drawn from imbuing a physical object with emotion and then destroying it. And Raquig decided that if you could do that with a physical object, you could do that with a sentient being. But there were conditions, and he failed numerous times. And it's rumored, at least from the texts that you've read, that Raquig did perfect this, that he did figure it out. And the gods were infuriated by this because the methods were absolutely abhorrent. And so they gathered together and they banished Raquig to Hathros. Now, when Raquig destroyed Calagenia after imbuing him with all of that emotion and making him feel like he was something worth something, a rift was torn in Dodor. It was actually the action of extracting the cathexis energy from Calagenia's murdered body that split the moon of Dodor down the middle. A 29 on a roll's got to earn you something.
Holy shit!
Fucking
What a fucking
hell.
roll! What a fucking. My nipples are so hard right now.
Considering this had research with cathexis, is any of that in the cathexis book, or was that from other books and sources?
That's from other really rare sources.
Are any of those books still around? I know this building is starting to like really collapse.
Your research has gone beyond what's been in this building.
Okay.
So you have pieced that together
Pieced
from
together.
a number of
All right, so
different
that's in my
texts.
notebook.
Correct.
Okay. I mean, I would have relayed all that, and I think, you know, Scribblewick and I would have been comparing and talking about this, and, you know, I think my opinion, I would have maybe been making this connection with Dodor and this, and maybe some kind of large transition has happened again and transferred onto, you know, this continent or this, you know, planet essentially. If there was, it's all myth and rumors, but, you know, maybe something happened here that has started this transition.
It would seem so. It's too similar to ignore, and I can't help but think that there could be an answer, but it might lie at the bottom of this trench.
I'm gonna just relay to Scribblewick, like, that I feel like it was an intense moment when we were throwing the rope out to Vicar after she fell, but I couldn't help to feel like I saw something in the mist. Some I don't know if it was flying or just
The mist
there
I
was-
was in.
yeah, there was some kind of shadowy looking creature, entity. I don't know.
There have been reports to the east coming in from a variety of refugees that come in saying that things have been spotted coming up out of the trench. Not many, but
There's
something we hadn't expected before.
sounds, right? We heard what, moaning and
Constant reports
Hey.
of that. I've heard it myself.
I'm wondering something. Thought.
thought.
If the gash in the moon was created from killing Calagenia, what would create a slow gash like this? What type of process?
Do any of the rumors say the mist, was it a instant crater created in the moon, or was it a growing thing?
That detail is left out.
Okay.
You don't know that. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to break
Take a break.
because it is 8 o'clock. So when we come back, on break, I want you to think about this for a minute. I want you to kind of spend some time with that lore and see what that gives to you. Chat, we're going to run some stuff for you so you're not bored while we're gone, but we'll be gone for maybe a little over 15 minutes just so we can stretch our legs, hit a bathroom break, grab an extra Arnold Palmer. And, we'll be back in a little while where we're going to pick this up. So hope you're enjoying this. We'll see you soon. And thank you for so much support. Oh my God, the first half was amazing.
Mind
You
blowing.
guys are
Thank you,
incredible.
thank you,
Love
thank
you. Can't wait to come back.
All right, we'll be back in a
be
few.
back.
We'll see you soon.
Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you for a minute about a recent module that we created. Now, you might have seen our series called A Clockwork Silence on YouTube, and you probably had a good time with that. You know that as a ttrpg, Daggerheart is really narrative forward and really focuses on storytelling. And we had a great time with this in A Clockwork Silence. So A Clockwork Silence takes place in my homebrew city of Amakora, which is on the continent of Emberfell, in a world called Vesper. This city is full of clanks, automatons that are sort of the product of an inventiveness, a culture of tinkerers that have moved into the city because it's full of resources. It's a port town. There's ships going in and out all the time. So you're able to get anything you want. And therefore, we've got a lot of innovation. In this city, a very famous clank inventor named Aurora Flux has disappeared. She's gone missing. And it was just on the eve of her unveiling her latest invention called the Veritas engine. The Veritas engine was a device that was supposed to sort of seek out truth by connecting with the resonating impulses from your body. But what Aurora didn't realize she had done is potentially created an engine that gave sentience to clanks, something she's been seeking for a long time. Now, things are unstable. There's a deep resonating hum throughout the city, and Aurora is gone. Your party is actually going to help correct this. You're going to look for Aurora and get to the bottom of what's happening here. This brings into play so many moral issues that your players are going to have to tackle. Like, for one, does this clank have like a life force now? And are you going to be forced to take it away from her? These are great problems to solve. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, the module itself is completely finished. 42 pages, and you can pick it up on our website, or you can head over to ttrpg, or you can pick it up on itch.io. All three resources are available. We're going to get a link to it in our shop below as well. Check it out. If you're a Daggerheart GM, I really think you're going to love this module. Can't wait to hear what you think. Catch you soon.
We love you guys, and we want to do this as much as possible, but we need your help. 2 years, no, not even 2 years, years ago, we started as a humble game in Todd's basement.
Get the fuck out of my basement.
Get the fuck out of my video. We started as a humble game in Todd's basement playing Curse of Strahd. We didn't think anything of it. And then we decided to make a channel. And it has grown into a beautiful thing. And now we have you guys, a wonderful community. If you want to be an even bigger part of that community and help us do crazy things like make short films and everything, hop on over to Patreon, the link in the description below. For $5 a month, you're going to get a Boon and Bane every month, which is already a $10 deal. And that's going to help you affect the game in good ways for our players and or bad ways. You are also going to get a discount on all of our merch. And on top of that, you're going to get a special Discord role. So please tell us you love us. If not, I'm going to cry. Okay, bye.
Hey, eyes up here. What am I, like a piece of meat to you or something? It's a good shirt, right? You want to instill some fear in your players? Then this is it. If you're a Daggerheart GM, this is the shirt for you. You want it? You can go to two places. One, you can head over here to our website, witherandbloomstudios.com, or you can hit up the merch page. Or down below, connected right to this video. So, you know what to do. You're going to instill fear into the hearts of your players. Spend the fear. Spend some money. Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you for a minute about a recent module that we created. Now, you might have seen our series called A Clockwork Silence on YouTube, and you probably had a good time with that. You know that as a ttrpg, Daggerheart is really narrative forward and really focuses on storytelling. And we had a great time with this in A Clockwork Silence. So A Clockwork Silence takes place in my homebrew city of Amakora, which is on the continent of Emberfell in a world called Vesper. This city is full of clanks, automatons that are sort of the product of an inventiveness, a culture of tinkerers that have moved into the city because it's full of resources. It's a port town. There's ships going in and out all the time. So you're able to get anything you want. And therefore, we've got a lot of innovation. In this city, a very famous clank inventor named Aurora Flux has disappeared. She's gone missing. And it was just on the eve of her unveiling her latest invention called the Veritas engine. The Veritas engine was a device that was supposed to sort of seek out truth by connecting with the resonating impulses from your body. But what Aurora didn't realize she had done is potentially created an engine that gave sentience to clanks, something she's been seeking for a long time. Now, things are unstable. There's a deep resonating hum throughout the city, and Aurora is gone. Your party is actually going to help correct this. You're going to look for Aurora and get to the bottom of what's happening here. This brings into play so many moral issues that your players are going to have to tackle. Like, for one, does this clank have like a life force now? And are you going to be forced to take it away from her? These are great problems to solve. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, the module itself is completely finished, 42 pages, and you can pick it up on our website, or you can head over to DriveThruRPG, or you can pick it up on itch.io. All three resources are available. We're going to get a link to it in our shop below as well. Check it out. If you're a Daggerheart GM, I really think you're going to love this module. Can't wait to hear what you think. Catch you soon.
We love you guys, and we want to do this as much as possible, but we need your help. 2 years, no, not even 2 years, years ago, we started as a humble game in Todd's basement.
Get the fuck out of my basement.
Get the fuck out of my video. We started as a humble game in Todd's basement playing Curse of Strahd. We didn't think anything of it, and then we decided to make a channel. And it has grown into a beautiful thing, and now we have you guys, a wonderful community. If you want to be an even bigger part of that community and help us do crazy things like make short films and everything, hop on over to Patreon, the link in the description below. For $5 a month, you're going to get a Boon and Bane every month, which is already a $10 deal. And that's going to help you affect the game in good ways for our players and or bad ways. You are also going to get a discount on all of our merch. And on top of that, you're going to get a special Discord role. So please tell us you love us. If not, I'm going to cry. Okay, bye.
Hey, eyes up here. What am I, like a piece of meat to you or something? It's a good shirt, right? You want to instill some fear in your players? Then this is it. If you're a Daggerheart GM, this is the shirt for you. You want it? You can go to two places. One, you can head over here to our website, witherandbloomstudios.com, or you can hit up the merch page. Or down below, connected right to this video. So, you know what to do. You're going to instill fear into the hearts of your players. Spend the fear. Spend some money. Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you for a minute about a recent module that we created. Now, you might have seen our series called A Clockwork Silence on YouTube, and you probably had a good time with that. You know that as a ttrpg, Daggerheart is really narrative forward and really focuses on storytelling. And we had a great time with this in A Clockwork Silence. So A Clockwork Silence takes place in my homebrew city of Amakora, which is on the continent of Emberfell in a world called Vesper. This city is full of clanks, automatons that are sort of the product of an inventiveness, a culture of tinkerers that have moved into the city because it's full of resources. It's a port town. There's ships going in and out all the time. So you're able to get anything you want. And therefore, we've got a lot of innovation. In this city, a very famous clank inventor named Aurora Flux has disappeared. She's gone missing. And it was just on the eve of her unveiling her latest invention called the Veritas engine. The Veritas engine was a device that was supposed to sort of seek out truth by connecting with the resonating impulses from your body. But what Aurora didn't realize she had done is potentially created an engine that gave sentience to clanks, something she's been seeking for a long time. Now, things are unstable. There's a deep resonating hum throughout the city, and Aurora is gone. Your party is actually going to help correct this. You're going to look for Aurora and get to the bottom of what's happening here. This brings into play so many moral issues that your players are going to have to tackle. Like, for one, does this clank have like a life force now? And are you going to be forced to take it away from her? These are great problems to solve. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, the module itself is completely finished, 42 pages, and you can pick it up on our website, or you can head over to DriveThruRPG, or you can pick it up on itch.io. All three resources are available. We're going to get a link to it in our shop below as well. Check it out. If you're a Daggerheart GM, I really think you're going to love this module. Can't wait to hear what you think. Catch you soon.
Okay, welcome back from the break. That was much needed, by the way.
The cry count.
The cry count. We don't see it now.
Where's the cry count?
In Olivia's frame.
Olivia's got a cry count.
That's so funny.
Kriya's got a cry count.
Kriya's got a cry count.
Also, Warriors spent 2 boons to give Garrett a roll on the consumables table.
That's dope.
Nicknaming this Warrior's Grace. So, Garrett, that's going to buy you 2d12, and I've got the table right here.
Let's do it.
So if you want to go ahead and roll, I will tell you.
Me? Ooh, yes.
You make the roll, and I will tell you what you get.
2d12?
2d12. Yes. Crits don't matter here. Hope and fear don't matter here.
These were hot a few minutes ago.
Oh, that's nice.
Add them together?
Add them together.
Okay. 15.
A 15. So we come back from break. And Indexor looks at the sky, and a beam of light shines down. On the beam of light is a small vessel. And inside that vessel is morphing clay.
I thought you were going to say morphine.
Morphing clay.
It's like, yo, the plank has got a habit. What's up?
You ready? Here's your description.
Yeah.
You can spend a hope to use this clay, altering your face enough to make you unrecognizable until your next rest.
That's cool.
That's so cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Thank you, Warriors. That was
Warriors, thank you for that.
We've never seen that before.
Faceless clank.
So remember, for each boon that you spend, you can give a player a d12 out of, I think it's 5d12. Yeah, it's 5d12. Let me double check that. To get a prize on the consumables table. So the higher the number they roll, the further up that loot table they go. And some of the stuff on here is actually pretty awesome. So that's a good thing. Okay. So you got morphing clay.
Bring us in.
I'm going to bring us in. Are we ready? So before we went on break, we were just sort of finishing up a pretty hefty lore drop around some topics concerning Hathros and Raquig, and how the gash in the moon of Dodor strangely resembles this rift that has formed on Vesper now. So you're putting these parts together as you and Scribblewick are loading up this cart. I'm curious, Sarah Dwin, where are you right now?
I think I would be. I still wouldn't be in the same place where I was before.
Right.
After the incident.
Right. You said you left the space.
So I think I would be on my way back to find my sister.
Okay. All right. So I think we can safely say that you have located her and the rest of the party, and the 5 of you are now together, putting the last of the books onto this cart after this conversation that you had with both Indexor and Scribblewick about all of this information that they seem to know and understand.
As Thizleen is carrying books out of the building towards the cart, smells something. And looks over at Sarah Dwin. Smells the air a bit. Squints. Ears kind of flutter back a little.
Yeah. What's up, cutie? And?
Shakes it off. Walks away.
I, totally unaware of this tension, walk up and just walk right in your face. I almost died.
You're good? You're not hurt?
I'm right here.
You're good? Okay.
I was retrieving 2 books, and then half the building decided to fall into the pit with me alongside it. My friends saved my life.
Yeah.
Also
Wow.
did Avaris. Praise be.
Well, speaking of Avaris gave me a present.
Oh, you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really good.
I know, but it was like a little. It was a little like terrible.
Oh well, they all are, honestly.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of you
Thank you.
for restraining. Good job, sister.
Good job to you too.
Happy to see you.
You were in control.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
And she started just like picking things out of her hair. Come here. Stop that.
I'm curious, though. What do you think the party's going to do? I'm probably going to be heading out inside of the next 15, 20 minutes or so, and I'm wondering if there's any more information I can help you out with or advice in terms of, like, how we can get to the bottom of this.
Literally or figuratively get to the bottom of the hole.
That's the question there.
Vicar, your humor is appreciated in a time like this, I will say.
That was serious.
That wasn't humor.
I don't do that.
Oh, curious.
Thizleen looks and says, did you have any maps, topographical maps in your building of information?
There used to be a map drawer upstairs. There were several of them, actually, but I fear that that's been gone. What would you need a map of specifically? We might be able to find something.
Well, I'm looking for a map of your shoreline. Something that's...
You mean the shoreline of the Pelshaw Abyss?
Yes. And this continent.
I might
The
have
coast.
something. I might have something. He dashes back inside and leaves you with the party alone. Can I get that, please? The top one. Thank you. Ooh, sorry about the mic. There's another one on the bottom. Oh, you go further in.
Brief
He
intermission.
continues to look for maps in the building.
I'm looking for the maps in the map drawer.
The map drawer is a flat file of despair.
The map drawer fell off like face of the earth.
I found the map drawer.
Oh,
Came back.
lovely.
I'm
I
gonna find the map for you.
traveled the coastline quite a bit. My curiosity abounds about the way that the shore tends to get deeper and deeper, but it's been my experience that there are certain ledges and precipices underwater. And the reason why I made my way north was because I felt a difference in the tide, a different draw. And it seems to coalesce with the appearance of this rift, this abyss. My curiosity is that how deep this is, and if it does, in fact, open up into the oceans.
That would make sense in terms of the fact that it, as a deep entity, could possibly affect gravity on some level. Maybe it changed the tides to some degree. My thinking is, even though some frozen lakes have drained into this crag, that if the oceans were draining in, it would seem to me that it might fill. But I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. I think many answers would be found down there.
Have you had any other topographical studies around the abyss as it's been opening? Is it just falling away?
Is not quick enough to do it. It's eaten up quicker than it could even be studied. It's moving at a pace that just causes everyone to flee rather than become curious.
Can anyone fly?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Would you like to go down, little one? To let us know what it's like? That would be really cool.
And really
If
brave.
I may, I wouldn't recommend only sending one. There must be a better way. Have you talked to Ketra? Ketra Maraway? Ketra Maraway. She's an expert. It deals with a lot of the transportation in Kendril. She owns the stables. You've met her, haven't you?
Oh, no.
She might be able to help. You should talk to her.
Okay. All right. But can she fly?
There's a rumor that she can. There's a rumor that somewhere she's working on a device that could help you. I only hear about it, and maybe I extrapolate a few rumors of my own based on some of the research I've seen her do. But it is most curious research. Things about temperatures and air and displacement and volumes, and she does a lot of geometry work, and she's very good at math. Odd for someone who keeps a stable, but I've seen a few of her drawings scrapped out in the bins that she leaves behind, and I can't help but be curious, and so I've looked at them. Check with her. She might be able to help you.
I think you could speak with her.
Why not?
Okay.
Let's do.
Before I leave, I'm going to. I had kept the Codex of Cathexis safe while we were transporting books. I'm going to, pull that out of my bag and hand it over to Scribblewick. Just say, let's continue. I mean, I know you were researching this, so this is an important book.
He takes it from me. He's like, "It's good. It's good that you found this. It's this is not entirely understood, and I'm looking forward to continuing the research on this. And I hope when you return that you'll be able to help me with this."
Yes, I would love to.
He actually takes this one book, and rather than add it to the cart, he opens up his tunic and he places it inside a pocket, closes it up, and pats his chest. All right.
So will you be? I know Vicar mentioned their facility.
In Jesselfar's.
Will you be traveling there?
Almost immediately.
Okay.
Yes. I'm not sure I will be returning to Kendril. I imagine that after I am there for any length of time, at least long enough to catalog these books, that Kendril will be but a memory. So, I'll miss it. It's been my home for quite some time. Please, figure out what's going on. I have a feeling the fate of most of Afari is possibly in the hands of whoever decides to take this project on.
How far down do your mines go?
The mines.
The mines.
The mines are known to descend down probably 300 feet or more. The deepest shafts are known. Some sort of looking. We've sent some of the miners down to see, and some of the deepest mine shafts have been broken open and exposed, and they still
Can't
look
see the bottom.
off into an impossible distance.
Fuck.
Fuck is the word I would use precisely.
Wow.
I think our best bet is to speak to the lady.
Agreed. I mean, if she rumors to have some kind of device, we must figure this out. I don't know if there's any hope for this town, but I don't know.
Let's go.
All right.
We
Travel
go.
safe, Scribblewick.
What if we
You as well. Godspeed to all of you. I hope you find success in this journey.
Disney's already been walking away from the party towards the stables.
Oh, okay.
He has a good
Are you gonna cry?
50 to 60 paces on everyone.
Okay. Do you have an agenda with being ahead of them? You want to...
No, just didn't feel like listening to any of the chatter and went to the
On their
next
own.
objective.
Gotcha. Tail in the air.
Pretty much, yeah.
Got it. All right, so the rest of you turn. You notice that Thizleen is gone, and then you kind of glance down the road and you just see her turning the corner and heading towards the Marroway stables.
God, what does that hurt as?
I don't think anything.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
It's a starfish M's.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you heard him right. All right, so you spend a little time walking over the Marroway stables, contemplating the things that you've learned from Scribblewick as you sort of glance over your shoulder and you see Scribblewick's cart, Scribblewick and the driver of the wagon sitting atop the buckboard, and the horses sort of begin to pull this out of town. That sort of is framed by the back portion of the research center breaking, and you hear the sound of smashing glass as a very large chunk of the research center falls off into the abyss.
Can I listen?
Can you listen?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to listen to see how it plummets down?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead. Why don't you make an instinct roll for me?
That was very intelligent. Can I offer the help action?
By all means, offer the help action.
I spend hope, I offer help.
Awesome. Does that mean I get a D6?
Yep.
You get a d6 on top of the roll.
Come on! Come on! Come on!
Fairies!
Crit! Oh my god!
Oh,
Did you crit?
I just crit! I got 2 2s on my hope and fear, and my D6 was a 1.
What a waste of a hope.
Right?
Wow.
I love how a 5 in total will still be a win.
Yeah.
And a very solid win at that.
The sisters. Listen.
You both sort of turn, ears pressed against one another as you watch this massive chunk of the research facility fall off into the mist. The mist sort of clouds up and sweeps around it as it down into the space. And there's silence, like total silence. You begin instinctively counting in your head. 1, 2, 3, 17, 18.
I want to immediately use my studies to calculate the distance.
Hang on 1 second.
Sorry.
Because as you hear that crashing hit, you also hear, since this is a crit, what sound like screams of anguish. Not long after that hits, you hear them, cries of anguish, echoing up. They're so small, but so obvious and so distant. You can do some math if you want to.
I would like to do math.
Oh,
Can I make a knowledge roll, and I would like to you'll use my well-read ability to gain advantage
I think that's fine.
from being a loreborn.
Let's
Oh,
do it.
you're gaining advantage.
Did you
I'm gaining
mark
advantage.
a hope and erase a stress on your crit?
I will.
I did not.
I will give the help action just
Thank you.
to, with my walking encyclopedia,
Yep.
just to assist. You get
2d6.
double advantage and you take the highest one.
So I roll.
You roll 2
I don't add them
and then
together,
it's,
I take
no,
the
it's
highest.
the highest one.
Thank you. Oh,
Shoot.
what this is it's not very good actually. Well, we have. Oh, I add my knowledge as well.
Holy shit, that's a mile.
14 with fear.
14 with fear.
Oh, I'm very afraid.
The fear is appropriate because as you're sort of counting and the seconds are going by, your overwhelming sense of dread at the depth of this is a real eye-opener because you never imagined that this impossible distance across this thing, which is a mile, and on the best day when the mists are not rising up, you might be able to see the mountain horizon in the distance, impossibly far away. You never imagined this could be equally as deep as it is across. But that comes to you, that this is potentially up to or even more than a mile deep.
Jesus.
That's over 5,000 feet.
I think I
Jump.
would take a stress, so I'm going to take a stress.
You're going to voluntarily mark a stress.
God
fits.
damn.
Take a stress.
I like that move. Okay. So, that was a great play, by the way. I appreciate that. You turn and you wind up at the Marroway stables. Now, you catch up to Thizleen. I'm going to get it. Want to make sure I get it right.
You got it.
You catch up to Thizleen. And the stables are still empty. Other than the animals that are there, you don't see anybody about. You do see a long, open pole barn, 5 stalls on each side with a smattering of draft horses. At the far end, you do see what appears to be some enclosed space. And then past that, if you wander out, there are 2 other very large barns. And they just sort of all appear to be part and parcel of what farm buildings and livestock would be held in. So it all fits the scene rather well. Now, some of these barns are faced or fronted with stone, but they have wooden roofs and they certainly have wooden trestles inside for, like joist work and whatnot. And there are stalls that are made of wood. But the exteriors of the buildings are stone.
I would like to use some heightened senses to see if I can locate Ketra anywhere in this facility.
Okay. Why don't you make an instinct roll for me and see what you can come up with there.
Ooh, that is 16 with hope.
Oh, very
yes.
good. Mark a hope. I was digging for that
Yeah,
fear
you were.
already. I'm desperate to get my fear going.
Stop it.
Why don't you describe to me how you use your heightened senses and look around? Tell me what's going on.
Well, since felines tend to see more motion than color, I've been scanning the area and the buildings to see if there's any kind of movement that would be sizably proportionate to a figure. Utilizing some sense of smell. Something seems off in one of the buckets. But since I'm a little bit more driven to find Ketra, I'm choosing to walk past that, just attributing it to stable smells. But
Which
it's
there are a lot of.
definitely off. It's like my nose wrinkles a little bit in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
But using a little bit of my feline agilities, I try to make my way through there and utilize my hearing and my sight.
And what was the roll?
It was a
17? 16?
16, yes.
At one point, through all of the smells and all of the things that are sort of catching your attention and moving your head about as you slowly creep through this space, you see a momentary little flash in the window of one of the larger barns just beyond the place. You stop, look, crouch low, and you see it again. And what it is the flash of like a pale white skin of a face. Someone's inside that barn moving back and forth, doing something.
So Fizzling drops down to all fours and kind of waggles her hindquarters a little bit. And
This is the first time that we've seen you on all fours?
yes,
Oh, this is interesting.
kind of gets into pounce mode.
Into pounce mode.
Are
Okay.
your pupils like the full size
They're
of your
circles at this point.
eyes? Little voids.
They are circles. They're no longer slits. They are circles.
Gotcha.
I am tracking the shit out of this.
Okay.
And,
And you're able to see this figure multiple times. Clearly, they are engaged in some kind of routine. It's very difficult to tell what it is. As your eyes adjust, you do notice that there is a light source inside the barn. And then you see something slightly different. You see a little bit of a puff of orange light. It's like, you see almost like a torch. It's just like, but it's bright and then it's gone. And then again.
Is there any doorway or passage towards that barn from the room that I'm in?
Well, it's sort
Or-
of, you have this walkway between all the stalls, which exits the barn on the other side. And then to the right, this other barn sort of sticks out at a 90-degree angle. And there is a door there, but you'd have to go outside and then through the door. There's no direct connection from where you are.
Got it. So, since Fizzling's down on all fours at this point, kind of hunches down a little bit, springs from the right side of the stalls down about 2 or 3 stalls to the left side, and crosses again, jumps about 2 more stalls, and then diagonally crosses again to get a vantage point into the other space.
Okay.
Not quite getting into the hallway area past the stables, but enough to try to keep a little bit of a lookout
Okay.
and hunkering down.
So you're kind of building the approach very stealthily, and you're moving from one side to the other. And now you're within range of the door. The door is a mere 8 to 10 feet away, and and the door is also slightly open, so it would be possible for you to just sort of creep around that corner. The rest of you begin your approach, and you just sort of see the tail end of Fizzling, crouched, tail kind of like one paw moves forward. Are you going in, or you are? And then all of a sudden you just see her with a very deft and stealthy leap into the door. You're not far behind. You're probably about 30, 40 feet behind her. You enter the barn, and there, first thing you see as you come in, as your eyes adjust to the space, which is quick given your nature, the barn is wide open all the way up through almost 3 full stories. It's a massive, open, large space, almost as if the hayloft had been removed. And there, towering in the middle of the space, as big as the space itself, is this possibly 20, maybe 30-foot diameter sphere. And the sphere looks like it's made of overlapping and sewn together skin, hides, but it is inflated almost. Off of this big spherical form are these ropes that come down over and wrapped around it, and they attach to what almost appears to be a box of some sort. There's a framework, and wrapped around the framework is all of this interwoven reed. It almost looks like a vessel of sorts. And in the middle of the vessel, there appears to be a really beautifully ornate, hammered metal furnace of some sort. And you see the figure all of a sudden step out from behind this thing and then step into this vessel, this basket of sorts, and you see her move her leg up and down, and then all of a sudden you see it out of the top of the furnace. There's this puff of fire that moves straight up into a hollow in this, and you see it just inflate a little bit more. And then she crouches down and she writes something down. She studies something. She pulls on a couple of ropes. This apparatus is nothing you've ever seen before.
Have I made it to the barn yet?
Yeah. You guys could be at the door at this point.
Thizzling cannot control herself, himself, theirselves.
Pick a fucking gender.
No.
Whoa!
No.
Hot take.
Thank you
Hot
very
take.
much. All good.
You do you. You do you.
And Thizzling leaps at one of the ropes and falls on their back and whacks around the ropes and rolls towards the basket.
What the heck?
And looks up at the person inside the basket and slowly reaches one paw up to the basket and then the second one up to the basket and
This
stretches and hunkers down their full weight onto this basket.
This individual
Cannot resist the ability, the draw that this basket has.
This individual that's in this basket, number one, is what appears to be a dwarven woman. She has actually fairly large muscles and this incredible beard that she wears. And as you sort of make this leap out and grab a hold of this rope and begin to play with it, she startles and she turns around. She's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake! What are you doing? You're gonna fucking damage it, for crying out loud! Knock it off! Who the hell are you? Get out of my barn!"
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to be walking through the door. As I walk through the threshold and I see this, and I see what looks like fire coming out of this machinery, I immediately rip my notebook, my journal off my side, and I am just opening, and the hand is just like lightning speed, just going crazy. I'm drawing it. I'm drawing the shape of it. I'm drawing this fire device. I'm taking notes. I'm going crazy. I'm just,
Conceptualizing, like, inches and
everything. Like, I'm just going nuts.
As you do this, one of the things you notice is as that puff of fire goes up, there's a kind of almost translucence to the sphere, right? So the whole thing illuminates. And there are areas where there are darker patches where things overlap and where some stitching now all of a sudden becomes silhouetted. Mm-hmm. But this is I won't say a well-crafted device. It looks almost patchwork and haphazard in the way it's been put together. And there are even hints throughout some of the skins that have been used of the original creatures that might have been skinned to attach it. So at one point the shapes are very organic with what appear to be like appendages.
Do any of them look like horses?
Oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like people?
No, I said
No,
horses.
you don't see any people.
I said horses.
I think so.
What about cats?
What in the curse of
Stop
Strahd, dude?
Stop it.
So as you begin to sketch this and draw this thing out, her head whips up from this feline that's on the floor playing with all of her stuff to you, and she's like, "Oh God, you! I've seen you before in the the Codex Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you people? And don't you
What
knock for crying
is
out loud."
this?
It's something. It's a pet project of mine, and it's my way out of here. To be honest with you.
Well, Scribblewick said you might have had some kind of transportation device.
Oh, so he gave me up, eh?
Well, he did say it was a rumor.
Where'd you get all these skins from?
Oh, I hunt. Pretty good with an axe, you know.
You
hunter
hunt
in the
horses?
That's not a horse.
It looks like a fucking horse.
That's an elk. For crying out loud.
Clearly.
Horses are my other business. How do you think I fund the project?
Okay.
So
What are you all doing here? I've got work to do. I'm running out of time, so I don't have a lot of time to just sit around and chit chat. What is it you want?
As Thizzling's tail is flapping back and forth, they look up at her and said, "Are you trying to leave, or are you trying to get to the bottom of things?"
You mean the trench? You mean the gash? You?
Sorry.
No, I would much rather. What just happened?
Look at the chat.
Chest's on fire.
never gonna escape this.
Derailed.
The chat has been so quiet.
And now
And
it's
then
just...
Warrior comes in with a pet your horse.
They're always waiting.
Lurking in the
Oh
shadows.
my gosh.
Anywho.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I would much prefer to continue my research elsewhere. I'm not going down there. Are you?
Yes.
Oh.
What's your name?
Kriya. I'm going in the hole.
You what?
I'm gonna go in the hole.
You're gonna go down there?
Yeah.
How exactly?
I point to the wings on my back.
That's the one. I'm not sure I advise that. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
I've tested my device out a little bit, and I'm not gonna lie, I've started to descend a little bit. See, I've done plenty of tests where I take this out and I can rise up off the ground into the sky. I know this works. But what I haven't done is tested it in a drop, where I'm actually descending and I have to give it enough juice to get me back up. So I took a risk, just in the name of research, I took a risk. And it worked. I've been a little bit down there, not far at all. Not anywhere near what I can conceive of to be the bottom, but I will say this, you're out of your mind if you go down by yourself.
that's partially why we came to see you. So that she doesn't have to go by herself.
Oh no, I'm not sure exactly what it was that mental case over in that library.
Hey, not mental.
Listen.
He's got his share of problems. Plus he gave me up, so I'm not very happy right now. But I'm not sure what he
But
was suggesting.
look.
You think I'm going to take you?
Come on. I know how deep it is. We just tested it. All right?
All right.
Big chunk of the building falls. It's about a mile. A mile deep.
She pulls out a notebook like that's attached to a slate, a board of some sort, and she's listening to you,
Yeah.
and she begins writing something
And
down.
behind the crash, I also heard screams.
I heard
Well,
that
that's a
too.
little much.
Dozens of screams.
It's
There
impossible.
are people down there.
Is she
That's it.
still in the basket?
She is.
About how far away do you think she is from me?
Oh god.
You're all like in a circle, so no more than 10 feet.
I'm just going to start to kind of like maybe walk around the side a little bit and crane my neck to see if I can see her notebook.
Okay.
Fire.
You know, just trying to look out her research.
I'll let you make a roll on this. You tell me what you want to roll and go ahead.
I will use one of my prayer dice to help you with that.
I was wondering.
So I think Bun Bun said these were supposed to be rolled before the session, so you knew the numbers and then you got to automatically add them.
So it's
Oh,
like
But we could
Like
start that
I
next week.
rolled-
You could just roll it now.
it's like Portent in D&D.
The fuck is that?
It's the
Oh my
sorcerer ability.
Oh, I've
Like
never
you
played a
roll two
sorcerer.
d4s, and that's your number of prayer dice.
Well,
Right,
yeah,
that's what
they
I
got
did.
the number of dice, but then there's the outcome is supposed to be rolled and set aside. So if one's a 2, one's a 4,
Oh,
you can
yeah.
choose to spend which one at what time.
So you don't roll them in
So they're
the
like
moment.
pre-rolled.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we could do that because I have a 1 and a 3, so I'll add the 3 to your
Yes.
perception.
Yeah, not good said yes before. I mean, looking at the descriptions, I mean, knowledge says analyze, but it could also be maybe instinct because that's like sense or perceive.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with instinct.
Okay. Instinct
So yeah,
is.
I'm just trying to kind of like, as she's conversing and the party's kind of back and forth. I just want to, if she's jotting something down, I want to kind of, like I said, just crane my neck over there a little bit. Ooh. Hey, but I got one of my strange patterns, so that's kind of cool. It's horrible. It's a 7. 10. Okay, it's a 10 with fear.
Great.
There you go.
Thank
Good.
you.
There you go.
Taking my
But because I got my strange patterns, I gain a hope or clear a stress. I will gain a hope.
What do you mean by strange pattern?
So it's my class ability.
yeah.
So at the beginning of So any long rest that I take, I choose a number between 1 and 12. When you roll that number on a duality dice, gain a hope or clear stress.
Oh.
You can change this number when you take a long rest.
Okay.
And I looked it up because Nathan over there rolled 2 2s on a crit. And the internet says, yes, you gain the abilities of a crit, so you gain a hope, clear stress, and double my strange pattern ability.
Oh.
So essentially on a crit, I would get 3 options.
Wow, okay, that's great.
So
God
That's
damn.
great.
it's so cool.
So it's a total of 10?
Yeah, it was a total of 10 with fear.
Well, you are able to crane your neck and sort of glance. And you see a whole bunch of numbers. And you only see 3 words. Fire is clearly standing out. And fire is sort of embedded in a number of calculations and numbers. And the other 2 words are find Lorien.
So at the seeing fire, I don't know if anyone would notice this, but my eyes go from like an orange to a little more of a red color, and then they kind of flicker back down a little bit.
Whoa.
So
I
it was
track that.
fire,
I see that motion in your eyes.
fire, and then find Lorien. Right, Lorien?
Lorien. Yep. Lorien.
I'm Todd. In the meantime, on our way as a group to this part of the stables, on my way there, I heard a certain kind of sad neigh come from one of the stables nearby.
What the
And as everyone went in, I got a little distracted and went over to the horse.
Oh. Okay.
Just pointing that out, and I've been petting it. And as I walk over to it, the horse has a messed up ankle, and it's kind of like sitting down in like a really weird position. So I kneel down and pet the horse.
No.
You are
Are you
a good
brushing
horse.
it? Are you-
That is an
You are-
incredibly
Are you brushing
sensitive.
it?
That is an incredibly sensitive approach that you use, Vicar.
I think I like your mane. I'm sorry you were struggling.
You're sort of having a moment with this thing, and quietly the horse kind of like sits there. You hear the horse's breath. It's no longer feeling like it's sad. And then you hear a couple of footsteps approaching from behind. I'm going to spend a fear.
Oh no.
Oh God.
He's got a lot of it right now.
You're deep inside this kind of like moment you're having with the horse, and it's not until the footsteps are right behind you, crunching in the hay that's on the floor of the barn, that you turn around and you see this sort of svelte tiefling 2 horns that rise up out of her, you know, sort of jester's hat that she's wearing, and she's got 2 bells on one on the end of each horn, and her costume almost appears to be like a costume. It almost appears to be performer-like. And in her hand, she's got this fiddle, and she looks
Does
at
she
you.
startle me?
I don't know. Does she startle you? You were pretty deep in a trance.
I think she would startle me, and as I do, I almost like I stand up, like pushing my weight back into my heels, and as it shoots up my right leg, I kind of like slide it up, almost like I'm doing a high knee, and my short sword slides out of my sheath on my ankle, and I kind of just pick it up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No harm meant, friend. I just saw you having this moment with one of the horses, and I was curious if you knew anything about what was happening with some of the livestock and some of the animals.
What are you talking about? This
Well,
horse has a bad ankle.
Yes, but it doesn't look like that ankle was damaged in some kind of running or lameness, or that's a deformity. Look closely at it. It's okay.
I put my short sword back. I kneel down, and I have been studying pollutions and poisons, so I'm versed in this kind of thing. So I would like to make a knowledge roll to inspect. Well, is that okay?
I don't think you need to.
Okay.
Well, maybe you do. Let me tell you what you figure out first, then I'll let you decide if you want to go further with that. You place your hand down on the ankle, and there is some swelling there, which was originally what sort of clued you into the injury. you feel it's really hot. Like the ankle itself is a very different temperature from the rest of the body of this horse. And then as your hand sort of glides down the leg and around the ankle, and of course it wraps around the circumference of the leg, your hand sort of encounters something in the swelling that's moist and slightly sticky, and you pull it out and look, and there is this whitish pink viscous liquid on your hand.
Ew.
And this tiefling looks at you and she's like, yep, that's just like there's like a issue going on with milk too that kind of has a similar tone to it. All of the dairy animals their milk has gone sour, but it's got this weird pinkish hue to it. Nobody seems to understand. I thought maybe you were trying to help.
I would like to make some sort of poison check to see if this rings any bells, as far as maybe there's a taint in the water supply or something.
Why don't you go ahead and make the roll of your choice? It could be knowledge, it could be instinct. You decide what you want it to be based on you and who you are.
Able to history, culture, and politics. Am I able to gain advantage because I'm a loreborn?
History, culture, and politics. I'm going to turn you down on that one because I don't think that one necessarily applies.
No worries.
That's a prominent person or place.
Well, that's I've rolled only fear, by the way.
Awesome.
That is going to be a 17 with fear.
Thank you for replenishing my fear. 17 kind of clues you into some of this stuff, and while this doesn't appear to be the poison itself, what it appears to be is an excretion, like an extradermal excretion, meaning the swelling around this area has gotten so intense that it begins to actually push right through the pores, this kind of, and you do instinctively, now that you think you know what this is, you hold your hand up to your face and it's got this almost rotten smell to it. It smells terrible, like something's really wrong. You really want to get it off your hand quickly. It usually is the result of some kind of internal trauma. Now, poison does that to you, right? Poison will usually rack your system in some way that'll either shut down organs or, like turn your blood a different, sort of viscosity. There's lots of ways poisons work.
Yes.
This one seems to be one that emanates more from some kind of very harsh internal trauma, but it's hard to pinpoint.
I'm going to immediately stand up and get uncomfortably close to this person. Horses that are unable to walk are seriously in pain. You should either, I look at the horse, look back, cut the leg off and or put the horse down.
Well, she kind of just looks at you and holds up her fiddle and her bow, and she's like, I'm not sure I'm entirely prepared to...
Who are you if not a stable hand? Why are you in here?
I was just walking down the street, actually. I was on my way to just maybe soothe some of the villagers before, seeing what's going on. I happened to see you here having a moment with the horse, and I thought I'd just come in and see if you were helping.
Are you aware that may be the most suspicious story I've ever heard in my life?
I have no idea what stories you've heard in your life, but I assure you that, look at me, for crying out loud. What
You
else?
look like a bard. I know bards that tell tales that twist people's minds.
Well, you sure do have some. Would you like me to play you a tune?
No,
No?
that is not something I would like. Please don't twist my mind.
I think I should probably go. But it was nice to meet you. I wish you well, and I hope nothing happens to you. Bye.
Wow.
She leaves.
You're not in the same room as me.
So the rest of you are still in with the balloon.
Balloon.
It's a balloon.
What are we doing?
The fleshoon. Balloon.
Still scratching this.
This lean has their claws firmly cemented into the basket, right? Front claws, and kind of like stretches down into almost like a downward dog kind of thing, and then pulls up and is now perched on the edge of the basket, on all fours looking at Yara. Tail swishing back and forth.
All right. I'm going to say this one
Ketra.
time. Ketra, yes, thank you.
Sorry.
Listen, for all of those of you that are sort of with this one, could you just ask her real nicely to stop putting the sharp claws on it, because she's going to fucking ruin it, okay? And it's either going to get me out of here or it's going to explode and be totally worthless.
Kriya's gonna walk over and just like pat between the ears. Get little
Ghislaine's ears
scritches.
kind of turn back a little bit, but then
Little
get a little forward. And
I'd like to offer one of my leather gloves to put on the ground so you can.
I mean,
scratch that
in
too.
my defense, I was only touching the basket, which is a very lovely scratching post, I must say. But I understand things about balloons and porousness and poppability, and I'm not anywhere near that.
I know, but the nice lady. She
I
is.
like her things.
I know, I do too.
All right, look.
She just doesn't like how you express it.
I'm just going to jump into the basket. with
Okay.
her.
All right, here's what I want to know. What's in it for me?
You help the innocent people who are screaming in the pit not be screaming in the pit.
Well,
Not good enough. I'm a
You
survivalist.
Could
You're not going to get me
potentially
on guilt.
save your town and other towns from falling into the pit further.
Tell me your name.
Saradwin?
Saradwin. Good to meet you, Saradwin. Here's the deal, all right? I'm a business lady, and I like to fund my projects, all
Right.
right? I don't really care whether I do those projects here or there or over there.
Right.
What I need is the ability to do it. So if I can take this and sail across the Pelshore Abyss and land somewhere in, say, Emberfell, where I'm not faced with some massive hole in the ground threatening me,
Right.
then I'll be able to work on my projects.
Cool. Why do you need this whole getup just for you?
What do
I
you
mean, that hole's not like outrunning you, unless you're like really embarrassingly slow.
Wait, first of all, I was working on this long before that came along, okay?
Right.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So
So
that has nothing to do with it.
cool.
Right.
So why do you need it?
So, mind me, if you run to Emberfell, how would you find Lorien?
Sorry, what?
I didn't mean
You've
to.
been looking in my notes.
I didn't mean to snoop, but I mean I'm a little taller.
You're not exactly making the best case for
I
yourself.
mean, we could maybe help. I don't know, but
I mean, you could go to over the central stores and maybe see if you could find enough rope to tie together to lower yourselves down there, don't you think? Maybe do that. That might be it.
Ghislaine kind of coils around the brass aperture in the center of the basket, the fire source, and kind of like rolls around onto their back and looks up and says, aren't you just a little bit curious as to any kind of correlations between moons and where we are here? Don't you think that proving the worth and the function of your vessel would go a long way to fund your projects?
Roll presence check for me.
That sucks.
You could use your prayer dice.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna add a paradise to that, but it's only a 1. So that's a 7 with fear.
Oh man.
Cool. Cool.
I like asking for these
We're-
Wait a
rolls.
minute.
horrible.
There's got to be. There's something else.
Wait.
When you are an ally within far range rolls of failure on an action roll, you can spend 3 hope to change into a success with fear instead.
Oh. Spend your hope.
Do you have 3 hope?
I'm going to spend my hope.
Wow. That added a big chunk to that number.
Sure did, I bet.
What was your question again on that?
Was
You were trying to convince me that I might be curious about the relationship to the Gash and Doter.
Yes, but also the sidebar to that would be in finding out something along that nature, proving the validity of this vessel and its effectiveness, its efficacy.
And while you're asking that, I'm going to make a lap around, beforehand spritzing a little bit of perfume inside like one of the folds of my dress. Make the lap around so the smell just like swirls around her.
A little aromatherapy
And
for
just give her
inspiration.
like a little, like a curious look as you're asking.
She kind of pauses after the question and thinks as Saradwin works her way around the basket, wafting into the air this scent, and she perhaps the marketability of something like this could be good. I was hoping to move into something other than horses one day and maybe have my own transportation service like this. Maybe making some kind of validity could be good.
So if you were to say travel into an uncharted depth of uncertainty and rescue potential victims of this abyss, wouldn't that go a very long way to prove how effective your means of transportation is?
I think at the end of it all, everybody that decides to stay here is going to wind up in that abyss, and the smart ones are going to be gone.
Right.
It won't make a hill of beans of difference.
Think
So
about
while-
how much money you could make off of the ones that haven't been so smart or fortunate.
Perhaps. All right. I'll counter offer you then. Perhaps I hedge my bets in the possibility that I get nothing from this journey to the bottom and possibly even die. So as an insurance policy, how much have you got? Make me an offer. What is it with you in the hand?
I have gold in my hand.
How much?
A handful.
You have a handful?
Yeah.
At least this one knows how to get the...
I've had it out for like.
I thought you had a
minutes.
cramp.
No, it's been out for a minute. I've been holding this hand of gold out.
All right, so you have a hand of gold out. At least this one knows how to grease the wheel. What about the rest of you?
I mean, if that's going to help us, I have a little bit of gold here.
Dizzling can pounce up a little bit of gold, a handful, to the cause.
That's it? 3 meager handfuls of gold? Sorry.
Well, it's
that's
about
a
a
lot of
small
gold.
investment now and dividends later.
And like what? Tell me.
Don't you think that someone who is suddenly reunited with a loved one wouldn't separate themselves with their entire life savings to reward the person that was able to bring them back from the depths of the abyss?
Oh, wait. Are you telling me that once I take you down there, you want to come back?
Yeah, of course.
Duh.
Well, that doubles the price, doesn't it?
But think about the potential,
Look,
the marketability of your services.
look, I can't run a business on potential, all right? So let's just
Well,
kind of
nothing
get...
ventured, nothing gained.
I
Right?
agree. I know. I've heard all that before. I'm going to ask you for something. Make me a trade. Make me an offer. Something tangible. I'm not building this on hope alone. All right? I actually had to invest in it, and I expected return on my investment. So give me something that's got tangible.
Avaris will shine very brightly on you.
Oh, perfect. I've gone from hope to the gods. Even better. Appreciate that. What's your name?
Good. I'm glad you like that. Vicar.
Vicar. Okay. Well, no.
Look, I don't have much. modest.
Nor do any of us.
I traveled here on an intuition. I felt a disturbance and felt that I needed to come not only to protect my own, but to protect what might be here in the north. Don't you think that if this goes unchecked, no matter how far you're able to float with your lovely vessel, you might eventually be swallowed by the same abyss if we don't do something now to stop it? The only thing that I could give you, what I can offer you is something dear to my heart and my soul. It's not much in the way of wealth, but it's a symbol of my commitment, my trust in the process and not knowing. And Thisleen pulls out the sigil of her god, a nautilus shell that has been encased in silver and purple lapis. If we go and you help us, and there is no reward to be had from any of those that are down in the abyss, you are free to take the sigil of my god, my own devotion. But if you do find your wealth, I'll be able to keep it.
I will tell you what. Do you like the look of that? Could I see it?
This thing hands it over.
She turns it over and over, holds it up to the light.
Once she licks it, the fur on the back of Thisleen's neck kind of stands up on end and bristles, and feeling a little bit of discomfort from this direction of the sea.
I'm going to make you one small counter offer because I do like this, but the problem is you could very well die down there and then I don't get my payment. So I'll tell you what, I keep the token, and if you come back, you buy it back from me for a portion of the fortune you bring back, should there be one. How many of you are there? 5? Good. I want in 1/6 of whatever you gain down there becomes mine, and once I get my 1/6, you get that back. And for that, I will return in a period of time to get you. That's a promise.
Capitalism.
That means you're getting 2 journeys from me. 1 in, 1 out.
That seems,
How will you know when to pick us up?
You tell me. Although I'll tell you this, I'm not sticking around for too long. So if you want to be picked up in a week, you can forget it.
Maybe we'll find another way out. I don't think it makes sense.
if in 2 days' time you do not see a bolt beacon from the depths, a shimmering bolt of light, a flare, if you will, if that does not appear on your horizon in 2 days' time, you're free to float where you may.
Subtle GM correction here. I don't think that beam of life can travel a mile.
Yeah.
I already thought about it.
All right.
Would we know that?
Yes.
Would she know that?
I'm doing you a solid here and telling you that you do.
All right.
Oh, I mean, maybe you could fly out and let her know when we're done.
Oh, true.
Try.
I'll tell you what. We'll create a drop-off point. I will return to the drop-off point in 2 days, whether or not I see anything from you. I will wait for you a period of time, and I'll base that period of time on the danger level once I get down there. If it seems like it's absolute chaos, then I'm not going to make it long. But you will know in 48 hours of my dropping you off that you are to be back at that point. I will wait. If you're not there, I go. If one of you is there, I go. That one can choose to go with me or not, I don't care. I will fulfill my end of the bargain. I cannot be responsible for your blunders or your mishaps, your lack of timing or punctuality. And I think that's quite fair. I'm looking to move on.
I think that's
Oh, trust me, T. Graham. Everyone's in danger.
Well, Disney looks out at the fellow members. Does this seem amiable to you all? Agreeable?
Why not?
If you are willing to barter a connected object of yours, I don't have much to offer.
It was my spirituality that brought me here in the first place, to protect my own area, my own place in the world.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
it's a sign.
So if that's what I need to do to gain passage to fix this problem, then so be it.
Sounds good to me.
Well, I really don't have much gold, but do we need anything for possibly this journey?
There's not much this town has to offer.
Did we give him the 3 handfuls of gold too? Give her the 3 handfuls of gold?
She was really just interested in the token,
tokens.
the religious symbol.
All right.
And earlier you saw me make this roll. And so as you're kind of having this discussion about what to do here, there's a rumble. You feel the barn cracks momentarily.
Uh-oh.
You hear what sounds like something collapsing off in the distance, like... You feel the ground beneath you shake. And Ketra looks at you and she's like, "It's it. It's time to go.
Time to
It's
go.
now or never.
Let's go.
You take this or you leave it. I'm out of here."
Let's go.
All right, you
do it.
there. You open the barn doors. There's
Okay.
2 massive doors on the front of the barn that swing out the full height of the barn. And when they open up, you see her. She runs over and she takes 2 ties on the corners of the basket, unties them, and there's a couple of sandbags there. And with that, the basket just gently lifts up about 4 inches off the ground and just hovers. And she grabs it with her muscular arm and she begins to pull. And the
Muscular
whole thing just begins to float out the door. Right?
This
And
thing
she's-
jumps up on the edge of the basket again and kind of just wags the
And as you
tail.
do, the basket just hits the ground and stops. And she's like,
Well, I was in the basket.
"Oh, you were in the oh, you're on the
Yeah,
edge of the oh, gotcha.
So I just
Sorry.
jumped up onto the edge.
All
again.
right, so you're on the edge and it's floating, and she's pulling it out of the space. And she's like, "The 2 of you, do me a favor. I need both of those baskets over there of wood. Bring them out and put them into the basket for me. Would you be so kind? The rest of you, follow me outside." So this thing comes outside the building, and now you're out in this sort of open area, usually a staging ground for where she might saddle horses or hitch a team to a wagon when she's renting stuff out. And now you can see it in all of its glory. This sphere is huge. It's probably 25 feet across, full diameter, strapped with these ropes that come down over the top of it. It almost looks like, well, frankly, a little terrifying. Because you know that you're going to be going off the side of this space into an endless depth, and this is what's going to be holding you aloft.
The skin vessel.
It's a
Kriya
skin
starts
vessel.
to like panic a little bit. Like,
Yeah. I'm just kind of praying to my locket.
She centers it in this area of the square. She takes the 2 big baskets of wood that you brought out and she props them up in there. She's like, "It's going to be tight. And I'm going to be honest, I've never put 6 in the basket before, so we're going to have to heat this thing like crazy. But here's what I want you to do, all right? I want all of you in, and I'm going to ask you, you're in Dexor, correct?
Yeah.
In Dexor, I want you to grab a hold of the basket like I did, all right? Once I get inside, and all of us are inside, I'm going to apply enough heat just to get us just off the ground a bit, and I want you to walk us right down the boulevard here towards the edge of the gash, because that street does go about 400 yards and then opens up into what has been destroyed of the town.
Okay.
You all begin hopping into the basket.
oh my god.
And she gets over by the furnace, and you see her open up this little door on the front of it, and she takes these pieces of wood and begins stuffing it full. She closes it, and there's this big pump bellows on the floor that she begins pumping up and down, and you see the interior of this thing beginning to heat. And then with that, she grabs a lever and she pulls on it, which opens a door in the top and causes this flame in the top to just go, and it like just rises up on a column of red up into this space, illuminating it, right?
For a second, I'm distracted. I'm just watching.
And all of you that are in the basket feel this intense heat just like hit you in the face. And it's really cold out, right? So there's a massive contrast between the temperature that's in this basket and the temperature that you're accustomed to feeling. And it almost feels like it thaws or melts your face. Really? That's what you guys are laughing at? No.
No.
And Dexter, you grab a hold of the basket now as all the party members, including Ketra, are inside the basket, and you begin to walk it down the boulevard. You see several doors open, and different shops and different residences open up. At one point on the second story of one building that still remains, you see a window get thrown open, and someone looks out as this massive globe is working its way down the middle of the street. And the party is now sort of positioned in this balloon, and everybody looks to you in some kind of manner of awe, as if this balloon belongs to you. You seem to be leading it. It appears that not many people in the village knew that this was here. Regardless, one person runs out to you
Oh no.
and says, Are you going down?
Yes.
He reaches out and like puts his arms out and wraps them around your neck for a moment and presses his head into your chest, and he's like, I hope you find what needs to be found. You're like a beacon of hope. Several others are sort of standing around him, but he's the only one interacting with you. They're all looking at you like with this total awe as you push on, pulling the basket. The rest of you, one reaches up and touches the edge of the basket, just sort of like looking at all of you like with this kind of like hopeful look.
Thizling is perched on the edge of the basket, goes up on the hind legs and grabs one of the ropes and swings around to the side that my Indexor friend Mold, leave me the fuck alone. And looks at the crowd that's forming and says, tell everyone we will do our best, but we need help in this process. We will need to be able to fund this traveling device to come back and forth. If there are things that need to be rescued from this, we will need your help. Bring your resources.
As you do this and you swing around the balloon vessel in a sort of in this real sort of deft kind of almost circus-like manner, very swashbuckly, you see one small child, this little girl that just jumps up and down and like really claps, like really loving the scene overall. And a few other people nod their heads and they're like, return. You hear one person say, return soon. You know, so there's this real kind of moment, very emotional moment for people. I think all the fear that has surrounded Kendril and the fact that its imminent demise is, you know, happening. And littered about amongst the buildings, you see people's possessions piled onto carts. They're all getting ready to leave. I mean, the city is on the verge of collapse. And here you guys go out. You come to the end of the cobblestone street, which is sort of a jagged edge of pieces that are almost actively falling by the minute into this hole. And in Dexter, you pause. Ketra looks at you and she's like, climb in. I've got the rest of this. Now the weight that you have as you begin to climb into the balloon just goes and sits back down onto the cobblestones in the street. She looks at all of you and she's like, are you ready?
I'm lost in prayer.
No, but
Hold fast. And
Oh,
she
God.
grabs the lever and throws it open, and this column of flame comes up out of it, illuminating the top of the balloon. You see the crowd of people still on the street, sort of all staring at you in awe. Some of the mouths are hanging open. Most of them have never seen anything like this. And with that, all of a sudden, you feel gravity vanish a little bit under your feet as this thing begins to float. There's a certain floating unease that sort of courses through your body momentarily as this whole basket picks up off the ground. And with that, you see Ketra reach in. She pulls out this long pole. She reaches out, puts it on the cobbles, and pushes. And the balloon just goes out. As it goes out, the cobblestone street stays in its exact location. You're floated out over the mist, right? And with that, she reaches over and she takes this other rope, a rope that's hanging down off the side of the balloon, and she just pulls on it gently. You're on the edge of the balloon and you instinctively look up at where that rope goes because you like a good rope.
Don't touch the rope.
And you see that it actually snakes up inside the interior of the balloon, but very close to the edge, that it's not burned by the flame when it goes up. And as you look up inside when she pulls it, you see it pull a flap of fabric down all the way up at the top of the balloon. And it seems to let some of the heat out. And with that, you see the cobblestone street just go,
and with that,
and the balloon disappears down into the mist.
the cry count goes up because Kriya starts to cry.
God damn.
Terrifying.
Thislean's eyes are saucers at this point. Just
Very different
absolutely
reactions.
thrilled with the motion, and looks over and sees you.
Oh, I'm going nuts over this
Just
fire. I'm just
completely transfixed.
I am.
And holding onto one rope with one hand, reaches onto the shoulder of Exodor and just slowly puts the claws out onto the shoulder to get your attention. Are you alright?
Fascinating. It's fire.
Yes, it's a useful tool.
My eyes are definitely red at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
but let's not get too distracted at the task at hand.
Yeah. I'm definitely distracted. I just kind of nod and just,
You turn and look at Ketra, and she's perched looking over the edge, like really sort of cautious, and she's trying to see as things go by. She can't see anything. The mist is so thick. You're almost falling blind down this hole. Now, you don't feel like you're falling fast, but you do feel the sort of mist moving by you at a pace that's probably less than a free fall because you are sort of supported. And with that, she grabs the lever. And she allows a column of flame back up into the balloon, and you feel the descent slow a little bit. Probably much to your relief. And with that, as she does that, you see this huge column of like pointed rock just go just missing the edge of the balloon as you fall down past it. And she's like, we need to get ourselves out from the edge of this wall. We need to get out further. We're falling too quickly. I don't know what's below us. Somehow I've lost my accent, too.
Push off the edge. Push off with your big thing. Push off the edge.
I don't know if I've got enough on this.
So,
does anybody have an ability to push us away?
Can I
wait,
use?
I do.
Can I use your pole?
Of course.
I'm going to use the pole. I need to. I have an ability called Power Push.
Wait, but I got something too. Can
You
we
have something
do it
too?
together?
Yeah.
Because I have Gale Force.
Okay. I'm
that's
definitely
the
a
best.
little distracted, but she's talking, and I glance away from the fire for a second, and I take her pole, and I guess we need to time this at the right time. I guess we'll wait for a crag or a rock or something to pass by that we can touch the wall. So I'm gonna have the pole, I guess, prepped on the side of the basket.
And then mine can be like a push, like.
Yeah. So I guess if we're waiting for that moment.
Tell me about Gale Force.
Gale Force is I mark a stress and I conjure a gust of wind that carries you or an ally up to very far range. And then additionally, you can always control the speed at which you fall.
That saved me in Beast Feast.
So you might be able to press yourself against the side of the basket and cast that out towards the wall if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys decide what you want to do.
So the way that I was going to flavor mine was Power Push. You make a spellcast roll, it's supposed to be against a target in melee range, but I figured if I had the pole, and on a success, they're knocked back to far range, and they take damage. So I was just flavoring as it, push with the pole to push against the wall, maybe push ourselves back, because we're floating. So maybe both at the same time. I don't know.
You decide. I will say this: as time is going by, you're noticing that the mist is getting a little bit less.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
Am I seeing
Which one do you
anything?
want to do? Hold?
Any creatures?
Let me let them deal, and then I'll get to you.
I say we try both.
Okay.
I say we try both.
I would like to help this by, since
Can
I'm,
you look out for a close rock or something?
well, my thought was to work in tandem with with you guys pushing away from the wall. If I put my body weight to the outside, using one of the ropes and kind of swinging out to help pull us away from the rock wall. Kind of like using my weight as a counterbalance on a yacht.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Swinging around in the darkness.
So mine isn't like a roll.
So
mine is
why
just
don't you-
marking a
if-
stress.
Oh, yours is just marking
Mine
a
is
stress.
just marking a stress.
If you want to erase a hope, to utilize that as a help action and add a d6 to however they decide to make this go down.
So yeah, Kriya's is not a roll. It's
Mine is just I
a
mark a stress and it happens.
So maybe could we, Disleen is attempting to help. Should we just use the gust as another advantage and we just go from there, or because theirs isn't a roll?
Yeah, mine's not a roll. Mine's just I
What,
mark
what
a
do you
stress
think on
in
that?
it.
Oh yeah, why don't we do that? So mark the stress. Let's use 2 advantage dice on this.
And then we take the
Take the higher one.
Oh man,
Stress marked.
these dice have rolled really well and really shitty dice.
So do you want
They're
to roll the
chaotic
2
dice.
help dice, or should we roll each one?
You guys roll each one.
It's a 6.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go for it.
Definitely got a 1.
I am. So I'm making a spellcast roll. Okay. Okay. So I
want me to-
rolled.
You already rolled it. I was going to tell you. Do you want me to tell you what the difficulty on this is going to be?
Oh, I already rolled.
Okay, go ahead.
So I have a 13
Ah.
with hope.
And did you add anything to that?
You can add a 4
And
or
a 5.
So,
So
5.
take the
so
higher,
19
right?
with hope.
That is definitely going to succeed. So go ahead and mark a hope.
Okay.
you
So
mark the hope, right?
I marked.
Yeah, that wasn't technically a tag team roll because you have to
Right.
spend 3 hope to get that.
Yeah.
This works. Tell me how this goes down.
All right, so I've used this spell before, but it's normally just a utility spell to help move larger things around the research facility or something. But just have this idea: if I take this pole and transfer the energy into this pole and just push it against the wall, it might. The fact that we're floating in the air might just help push us away. And I think with the assistance of my friends and swinging, you just yanked the balloon basket away a little bit, and at the same time, this gust of wind just blasts behind
Kriya's
me.
like crying in the bottom of the basket, like pressed against the sides, hyperventilating, and in that hyperventilation,
maybe-
she uses that to
I-
kind of help push the basket.
Maybe your blast could actually go in the same direction as Thisleen's to
The
push the
counterweight?
basket away. I
Well,
think.
no, I think
No, it would have to
No.
be
you
the
would want
opposite. 'Cause it would
hers
push.
to
Push
add
against
to
the
your
wall.
propulsion
Okay.
against the wall.
Yeah.
I was going to say that since I was next to you and just had my paw on your shoulder, that I would jump across the basket alongside of the golden firebox and grab one of the ropes that's attached to the top of the, not the one that pulls the,
Good.
Yeah, yank on
not
that
the
one.
vent rope, but one of
back
the
up
tether
top.
ropes. Are there tether ropes that are tethered to the basket, and then are there other ropes that hang down free?
Yes.
So that if someone, I'm
Yes.
gonna go for it and grab one of those tether ropes. And so I'm going to leap, pounce across the basket, go for one of those ropes, grab onto that rope so that my body weight swings the weight out away from, in the same direction away from the wall, but dragging as they're pushing.
That's fantastic. And I think given the roll's success and the fact that you got the hope, all of this synchronizes beautifully. You're crying in the outward breath of your gust of wind. Your perfect timing when you kick off the basket to get it to move in the direction that you want it to go. And with that, Indexor plants that stick and also helps to just push the thing away. And all of those combined motions at once actually cause the basket to swing out momentarily, and then it's caught up with the balloons. There's a moment where the whole basket is like creak back and forth, and Ketra's kind of like, whoa, I didn't think it could move like that. But with that, you're successful.
Woo!
And as you're performing
Go
this, and you're kind of looking down, you're looking for the next rock to push off of, you realize something. The mist is almost gone. Now here's why. The air feels warm all of a sudden. Not like the air up above. And so you look up, and what do you see? You see this dense cloud above you. But what you realize is that the air, the warm air from below, which seems to have a bit of a moisture to it, there's a humidity down here, is rising up and hitting the cold air above and instantly turning into a fog. But you're now down below that and you can see.
What do we see?
So the first thing that you notice is that as you push off this wall, only about 100 feet away and rapidly approaching as you're dropping, by the way, you're dropping at a pretty good clip. You can see the walls kind of going by you now. And Ketra doesn't seem to be alarmed by this. Every once in a while, Ketra opens up the valve and hits that thing with a blast, and you physically feel this thing slow down, like considerably. And you're starting to become confident in this balloon's ability to help your fall, right? The walls are now going by at a slightly slower pace, and you look, and about 100 feet down, right off the cliff wall, there is this area where the rock has all broken open. You see a bunch of debris there, and it goes by really quickly. You see an opening in the wall, like a cave structure. And sitting there on the edge of the wall as it goes by, just goes by you, is this, what appears to be a dwarf. And he's got this metal helmet on with a small lantern on the front of it. And he's sitting on the edge of the wall, one leg dangling down, and he's got this big pipe in his mouth, and the orange glow of the pipe just illuminates his face as you go by, and he's like... And as you go by, he's kind of like...
Yeah, he's freaked the fuck out.
He waves at you as you're going by, and
What the hell?
takes a long draw of his pipe as he disappears from view, as he just goes up into the distance. The next thing you see is you're plummeting down. A few seconds later, there's almost a landing, almost where some of the rock sort of juts out and seems to have caught some of the debris. And there on that landing, you see piles of stone, wood timbers, the contents of what clearly used to be a home, a business. You see linens of various colors. You see a piece of furniture that's smashed to a million pieces. There's debris from the village of Kendril here, all over the place, caught on the side. You go past that as you're plummeting down. The distance keeps gathering. You're further and further down into this hole. You sort of attempt to look off the edge now, mist-free, the ability to see into this space. It's dark down here, right? There still is a little bit of ambient light that's shining down through the mist up above, but imagine when it's evening and it's cloudy sky in the evening, like a rain cloud comes in. There's visibility, but it's very, very dim visibility. So your vision doesn't go very far down this hole, and there is blackness below you. It is really hard to see.
Wow.
The balloon keeps descending and descending. Every once in a while, you'll catch another vision of like a piece of, outcropping that has caught part of the city of Kendril on its way down.
Some books.
There's a book, a single book. There is one thing that is noticeably absent, though, that does catch your attention in all of this debris, and there's considerable amounts. You do not see one single body. Not one. No carnage. Nothing.
Do we hear any more of these moans and screams?
That's a great question. As you're passing down through, yeah, you hear the moan of the air, especially after you get through the mist. The mist functions as a kind of insulator for sound to some degree. Once you passed beyond that, of course, there was the sound of the furnace, right? There's the sound of the creaking of the balloons. That's going to sort of take away from some of the pure silence. But as it's going down, every once in a while you'll hear this, which just is hard to tell. Is that a column of air? Is that a moan or a breath from something deep down below?
Huh.
Minutes pass. Many minutes pass. Things are going by. Ketra seems really confident. She opens up the front of the stove. She stuffs several more logs in there. Time begins to evaporate.
Can I? GM's discretion. Can I use my mage hand? So it's conjure a magical hand with the same size and strength as your own.
Right.
Within far range. Could I conjure this hand, this entity, light a torch, and it doesn't talk about moving the hand or anything like that, but can I use that and attempt to move it below the balloon so that we have light?
Visibility?
And travel with it.
Very far range. Yeah, you could probably do that.
And do you think, I assume you have the ability to use
it would probably
the
give you
hand.
some warning if something was coming up.
Yeah,
for sure.
So can I do that? I'm going to light a torch and then, apparate this magical hand that I will to hold on the torch and travel below the balloon a distance so that I can see what we are doing.
Yeah, for sure.
If it's getting so dark.
Yeah, I think that's fine. So you conjure this mage hand with the lit torch, push it down as far as it can possibly go, which actually brings some relief and comfort to you visually, because now all of a sudden
we can see
the
better,
one
right?
wall is illuminated, right? Now the thing about it is there is this wall to your left that is sort of now has this orangish glow, and you can still see blackness below you. And there is nothing in the other directions. You don't see any hint of any other wall because this gash is huge across. It's a mile across. You've got nothing there. Within about the next, I'm going to say 15 minutes or so, because you're not falling at an incredibly fast pace. All of a sudden you see it. Below you, you begin to see these accumulations of rock and building timbers. You see like what appears to be partial structures that clearly have the rectilinear cuts in them that were once windows, and with that, Ketra pulls that valve open, full blast, firing this column of fire up into this thing, and all of a sudden you feel almost like a weight below your feet, like you're coming to a slowing, as all of a sudden the ground comes into view, and she realizes, okay, we don't have a real firm landing strip down here, so we're gonna have to figure out a place to put this down. Get out your stick or something. With that, this mage hand is down there holding this torch out, looking around, and she's like, right there, over there. And she points to about 100 feet over to the right, and there's a clearing where it seems like there isn't a lot of debris laying, and she's like, we could put it down there. And so
is there still a wall to push off of?
There's some wall, there's some debris around you, and after a few minutes you're actually able to sort of plant that pole. And
who's strong?
Not me.
I am.
Not me.
Okay. Help me push this thing.
I
Get over
actually am
there.
very strong.
Are you?
I have a +2 to strength.
The strongest person in the
I'm
room,
like
right?
I'm the youngest and the
Help me
strongest
push the
one.
balloon.
Buff
Help me
baby.
push the balloon.
I'm helping you push the balloon.
Yeah, I guess if we've slowed the balloon's descent enough, and we're just gonna kind of work through buildings and rubble to push over to that spot.
yeah, you can get yourself over there, and it also becomes evident to you how much testing Ketra's done with this vessel, because she seems to be able to operate it pretty confidently. You're not sure when she's been doing this or how she's kept this under wraps, But within a couple of minutes, you're able to manipulate or maneuver the vessel over to this clearing, and with that, she sets it down. Now, with that, the fire's allowed to die down. Well, not die down, but calm down a little bit. The basket is no longer creaking, and you're able to sit in silence for a few minutes while this thing sits down. You climb out of the basket and touch the ground, and it feels like a relief, right?
You okay over there?
Oh, we made it.
We made it.
Yes.
And in the visible area all around you, there is the wreckage of the city of Kendril. A lot of it is completely obliterated. It fell an impossible distance, so nothing is really recognizable. However, it's pretty clear that the bottom of this crag, all of these timber structures and slight remnants of buildings, yes, this was Kendril that's laying here. In the distance immediately around you, though, you can see areas that are clear, right? There are areas where this town did not land. And it stretches off. There are stalagmites sticking up from the ground. There are huge rock formations all over the place.
So this was a cave?
Not exactly. It almost looks like where the rocks split open when this happened. There would be like shards and slivers sticking around, but it has opened up in such a way that there's the appearance of a bottom, and that bottom appears to be spreading. So if there's a rock layer to Vesper that were a mile deep, it's almost as if that rock layer fractured, leaving below it some other stronger layer, and that's what you're sitting on right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is there any water anymore?
Not in your immediate vicinity.
Any life down here?
That is an excellent question. And so you begin to look around. I want everybody to roll instinct for me.
Group rolls.
Shit.
Oh shit.
We'll call this reaction, so don't worry about hope and fear.
17 with.
I have rolled
Okay.
fear every single
19.
I also
Thank
have
God we
19.
weren't worrying about hope and fear.
15.
Because I got a 12 for
13.
fear.
What'd you get?
19.
Oh, me too! Let's
Sarah of
go,
twinsies.
Sarah twins.
All right.
Oh,
Does everybody else have to leave?
Well, you all have kind of like walked around the basket now, and Ketra's sort of there pumping the furnace full of fire. You're looking around and surveying the landscape. Ketra walks over to you all, and she sort of places her hands like you guys kind of not create a huddle, but she's got her arms around a couple of you, and she's like, all right, here's the deal. 48 hours from now, I'm going to try and find my way to this very spot. I know where to leave from, and it's pretty much a straight drop. But I'll be within this vicinity in 48 hours. This doesn't look too dangerous for me. So I'll wait as long as I can. But not more than 2 or 3 hours for you. So your window is tight. If you're not here, I got to go. And I wish you all the best of luck. And with that, she pulls your symbol out of her pocket. She's like, come back and get it. It'll be waiting for you. She sticks it in her pocket. She climbs into the basket. And she looks at all of you. She's like, you're a bunch of fucking imbeciles. But I wish you the best. And with that, she opens up the valve. And she
Right
begins-
before she does that, Disleen runs around and grabs some of the wooden wreckage that it was Kendril and throws it into the basket so that she has more fuel to get to the top of the
aw.
She kind of looks at you and gives a nod, and with that, the basket begins to slowly lift up, and it starts rising up and disappears.
As it disappears, I just feel like an overwhelming sense of like, I don't know, like lonesomeness. Like it's just like desolate. Like it gets like quiet, and it's just like a little overwhelming.
It is
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah. So my two 19s, you're all standing there alone now. Things are quiet. Every once in a while, the wind comes funneling down this space and creates this like whistle as it passes through all the shards of rock. Some of the debris begins to creak and moan and move under its pressure. It's becoming dark. Do you still have Mage Hand up with the torch?
Yeah, I don't think I would have dropped
Okay,
that.
so you have an illumination, this orange glow now. The Mage Hand manipulated out into a space strategically, so you're sort of illuminating the bottom of the space that you're in. Shadows flicker on the wall. You see these tall, vertical black shadows that rise up the wall, flickering with the Mage Hand light. And then you hear it.
No.
Just the two of you at first. You hear a couple of stones sort of kick across the floor and rattle. And your heads dart around, and you turn and look, and you see up on the one shadow of the wall this bulbous, round, gargantuan sort of form. And it almost appears to take a step, and it's like,
Oh no.
No.
You see, this is it.
No.
and with that, this hand comes around the corner, and the hand is the size of you.
Jesus.
And this thing comes around the corner. It's unlike anything you have ever seen before. It is this rotund, massive skin sack that's face barely protrudes from this like wrinkled skin hole in its face. And it comes around the corner and looks at you, and it's just like, and that's where we're gonna end.
Wait,
Dude,
can I have a reaction really quick? It's not going to incite like violence.
You cry?
No.
I should.
Close.
I guess.
With that and with making eye contact with this thing, the opaqueness of Kriya's skin goes fully translucent and she's gone from your sight.
Fair.
That's where we're gonna end tonight.
Oh,
Terrifying.
So it's a skin sack that's ginormous and has a face.
wait till you see the mini on the terrain.
No.
Which we're starting with next.
All right, that's
Not
gonna
good.
end it for tonight. What's not good saying?
Oh my god.
Wait, well, sorry, I
That
just whacked the
just
microphone.
crushed me. You're at the bottom of a giant gash. I think you're alone now.
I think we're alone now.
That broke my head.
Oh my
Amazing.
god. Oh my
Amazing.
god.
The chat has been incredible.
The chat's been
Thank
awesome
you guys
tonight.
so much.
You know, you guys are the best. I love looking up here and seeing all the comments and especially the support too. So you make the game really fun. Okay, so a couple of things. One, you saw the art reel that was going on during the break. Throw your art in Artist Alley on the Discord. We'd love to add it to that. What was the other thing I wanted to tell you all? Well, we'll be back next week, same time, 6:30, for session number 2. And we will hope that Bun Bun Riri doesn't show up
Oh.
and
Yeah.
kick your ass.
Fuck's sake.
It's dangerous.
Oh man.
Meat sack down at the bottom
I mean,
of the cache.
they're
fucked.
there's a decent amount of boons out there.
There's a lot of
I
boons.
mean-
You have a lot of boons. I appreciate all these comments. Ravenflight says, amazing first session, everyone. Thank you. Great job from Not Good. Thank you.
9
Good
bangs.
job, guys. Can't wait to see the mini from Warriors. Thank you.
Yeah.
9 times Banes? Is that what I have?
That's Bun Bun Riri's stack.
Oh,
Just Bun Bun. That's hilarious.
It's insane. You have 11 here right now.
Oh, we're cooked. This is a great way to start a campaign.
We
Sure.
will see.
We are.
We will
Sure.
see. All right. So I'm excited for this. This was a lot of fun tonight.
That's right.
Goddamn
We're
right.
T Graham, is it
T.
Tuesday
Graham,
yet?
is it Tuesday yet?
Agreed.
I don't want to wait.
All right, you guys, listen, we love you all. Thank you so much for all your support. We can't wait for Tuesdays either because we get to hang out with you guys.
Oh
So,
yeah.
all right, we're gonna call it there.
Thanks for all the support and donos tonight. If you're still out there.
Totally.
Hop in the Discord. The conversation continues.
Yes, and we will see you next week on Tuesday at 6:30. Take care, everybody. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Bye bye.